just raw 3d6 every time. No dropping below it.
So 3 dice.
And it's straight in order. It's not assigning them. So
okay.
You have the character sheets in front of you, so the attributes are likely how they're rolled.
That's for the 6 attributes you can do.
Yep, so strength, agility, stamina, personality, intelligence, luck.
Yeah. You said how many d6?
3d6. And you'll write them in straight as you go down.
In order, alright?
Alright.
Now you just have to find 3. Here's
just
as
a recap for the stream, we are playing Dungeon Crawl Classics, which is, I think it's technically part of the old school Renaissance movement of RPGs.
Old school Renaissance.
So it's akin to Dungeons and Dragons, but better.
Yep. It is possible that you get a 3 for one of your stats.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, 16 stamina.
Nice.
Ovum.
There are 14 intelligence.
Nice.
There's the bad one. Luck.
Oh.
Bad luck. Bad luck.
Hey, pretty good. Well, average luck.
That is average luck. No, that's not. No, that's not.
This is definitely Ovum here.
That's a rough one.
5, yeah.
13. Very, very respectable.
Nothing lower than 11. It's pretty good.
What?
That's incredible.
MVP character over there?
There's a 10. Yep.
Wow. This guy's gonna die real quick.
Nice solid 7.
Solid 7.
I'm not going to be trying to keep you alive anymore, Phil. I know how much you hate that.
Alright.
Hate when you
Phil, here comes the god character. Oh, no, not this one. Right.
Yeah. The last one, Alright.
15 stamina.
Ooh, what is this? Ooh.
I actually have fairly balanced characters. This is...
How
That's
bored.
unusual.
I guess it's good.
I guess the more dice you have, the more average becomes, right?
Artemis, baby! 17 intelligence.
Oh, there you go, Phil. We got double digits.
I got 10.
You got double digits.
I got double
Right.
digits.
Nice.
It's going to be Artemis, but he's going to be like a shit farmer or something.
He's
got to rise above it.
Could be a poop smith.
But he's lucky. 14 luck.
If he's oh my god. 4 strength on this guy.
Sean, are you seeing these numbers?
That's incredible.
What sort of
I think
dice
Phil
you
needed
rolling?
to take your dice.
Good dice.
I got the shit dice.
Yeah.
Just gotta toss him real fast. Ah, see, there you go.
I only have rolled 1
14
once.
stamina.
Oh, there we go.
Everything must be high.
I rolled a 6 and 2 1s on one of my 8.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah,
Very solid.
but I ended good, but my first numbers are all single digits.
Whoever survives, we all
That was
die.
a good start. Ooh, there is a good start.
That's a good one.
That's a 17 strength, baby.
Phil, make a 5th peasant. Let's just see how he rolls.
No, I could never do that.
Taking pity on you.
I'll take my
Alright, I'm gonna roll for
Utter
this peasant.
Okay,
shit.
you roll a pheasant.
Okay, so we got 6.
There's been worse.
Welcome to the dice rolling stream.
Oh,
Where we roll dice 24/7.
It's just constant knocking on wood sounds of the dice.
5 strength.
Okay, I'm rolling
my
an
God.
atrocious character.
It's your time we rolled your character.
Wow.
They all suck. You actually got a 3?
I got 3 ones.
did you
Well, that
really?
last guy's not looking
Least
so hot.
agile character in history. That's Sloopy. 5 strength, 3 agility. This is Sloopy Dunbar. Sloopy Dunbar.
I didn't do very good.
High
I
stamina,
never
there you
hit double
go.
digits.
This never happened.
Alright. Hey, this character, he's
He's actually decent. I just can't have him lift anything. You know?
Alright, alright. Cool. Alright.
You're gonna have Sloopy running around your
He's
dungeon.
got a lot of stamina and personality. It sounds right.
Yeah.
See,
It's loaded
intelligence.
with personality. Yep, there you go. 8 intelligence. He can get by. He's an uncoordinated fuck, though. And he's really lucky, so there you go.
There you go.
16 luck.
Let's have Mang do his luck rolls. D30 is that beautiful one.
Is it? Yeah,
Yep.
this is it.
Okay, so
This is for,
what order are you gonna do?
This is Artemis. No, this is Ovum, Artemis, Gug, Sloopy.
All right.
So
He's got a great personality.
Ovum
13.
got a 13.
Oh, we need to get your luck modifier too. Oh no, that doesn't. Never mind. That's
Doesn't
not
really matter.
Spell checks.
For Ovum?
Yep.
Okay.
So may never come up.
Oh, I rolled luck with
Well-
these dice.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
You have your luck stat, and then this is what luck always affects for you.
Oh, so there's a separate
Yeah.
thing.
22.
Okay. Willpower saves.
I can live with that for Artemis. 7.
Melee damage rolls.
Okay.
Is this like your added, like a bonus
This is
type
luck
of thing?
or a negative, depending if you have terrible luck.
And it's either a 6 or a 9.
That's a 6.
It's always, it's always
Damage rolls.
All damage for Sloopy.
All damage.
He needs it.
all right.
Okay,
got
Phil,
this.
you're
Needs
up.
All right, here we go. 13.
Okay. Spell checks.
Spell check.
Oh, I should. I mean, I haven't been giving you the burst sign. I could do that, but I've been just giving you the mechanics.
Mhm.
That was 7th Sun, Phil. All right. No, don't worry about it. All right.
3.
Missile fire or like ranged attacks.
Oh.
Attack rolls. Yeah.
Ranged attacks.
Ranged attack roll is what luck affects there.
Ranged
Yeah, we started this before Thomas
attack
came.
roll. 19.
Saving throws against poison.
Interesting one.
Alright. And then the final one, 9.
That is attack and damage rolls for your level 0 starting weapon. So
Hmm.
that'll be determined. That'll be whatever weapon you start with.
Okay, that's all 4 years.
What's your luck on that character? A 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so it won't have any impact. Alright. Just neutral. Okay. Alright, let's start rolling.
11.
Find disabled traps.
Does this go into notes? Or does this
Does this go in?
So, because he has a 6 luck, not
That means
very
you're
good.
going to be worse at finding and disabling traps because you're burst sign.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
very weird.
Then-
That's very
Yep.
4.
Unarmed attack rolls.
Okay.
What's the highest attribute any of you guys got?
17.
17.
Jesus.
But I have
14.
a couple 16s.
Spell damage.
Okay. And then...
No, it's stuck on the paper.
I'll roll it again. 7.
That is melee damage rolls. And now, this does not replace the usual attribute that would affect these. You count them both.
Okay.
So let's say for melee damage rolls, let's say you had a 1 strength modifier and you had a 0 luck modifier. You wouldn't use your luck to supersede your strength, you would just only get the +1 from strength. But in other circumstances, it could snowball to have a bigger effect. Alright, we can do professions.
Yep.
Okay.
100s.
Yep.
Ovum could be a dwarf.
He could be.
What's this? No. It's just the
What are you
2d10.
talking about?
the D10, or the other 2D10.
Okay, Ovum got a 15.
A costermonger.
Ooh,
You start with a knife and fruit.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the knife in people. Knife. Fruit of my choice, or just
Watermelon.
I'll say like 2 pounds of a fruit in a temperate region. So you can pick what that comes from.
Alright, I'll do mine.
Yeah.
I'll do one then.
Okay.
Ooh, shoot, how does it even work? Which do you choose?
I'll
to be?
pick apples.
Here, just have the red be
You,
the
you
2s.
should have decided that beforehand. But
47.
you want to do 47?
Yeah. I guess who's to know, right?
You're a farmer.
Of course.
To know.
Pitchfork and a hen.
Okay.
There's no way that hen survives.
Nope.
I'm gonna be throwing that into every trap.
Okay.
Phil, you can roll one.
Alright, sure.
Okay, so a costermonger is just somebody who sells fruit.
Yep.
Okay.
52.
But he's got that knife ready to go.
You're a gravedigger.
Oh.
Gravedigger.
You get
Sick.
you get a shovel and a trowel.
Makes sense.
Shovel's a weapon.
Come on, noble. 63.
Halfling trader.
I guess Artemis is a halfling. It works.
Short sword, and 20 silver pieces.
Ooh.
The wealthy.
The wealthy.
Yeah.
Alright. 24.
Dwarven miner.
Yep.
You get a pick and a lantern.
Alright, let's see. How about 47?
That's your second farmer.
No, yeah, I was the first farmer.
47?
That's a farmer.
Oh, farmer.
Yep.
What's farmer got again?
You get a pitchfork and now roll a d6.
Shit.
Or no, sorry, d8.
Oh, shit. Let me find it. I got one.
And
we are at
Mert, you're also going to roll in a second too.
Got a D8 on a 2.
Okay, you're a wheat farmer. Now roll a d6.
Shit. 4.
Okay.
Are there freshly painted walls
you have a
that
duck.
you're worried about?
So I have a pitchfork and a
They're
duck.
freshly painted.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry.
Alright.
It's that fast drying, organic paint.
Okay. Mert, I'm going to have you roll a d8 and a d6.
I
then.
rolled a 3 and a 3.
Okay, you're a turnip farmer, and you actually have a cow, not a hen.
Oh.
So you upgraded.
Oh.
You're a turnip farmer that has a cow.
Yep.
Yep. And that cow, boy, that's valuable.
You know.
Okay, Gug. 27.
Dwarven stonemason.
Name on it.
All right, you get a hammer
Oh yeah.
and 10 pounds of fine stone.
Oh boy.
Alright, Thomas,
Wow,
hope you're
dude,
ready.
that called shot for
What
Gug
do you
getting
do
that
before
quarter.
the roll?
3d6 is all the way down.
All the way
for
down
every
for
single,
every
every
single
single of those.
Oh,
stacks.
actually, I only need one of these sheets.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
only need one.
Well, hopefully. It's
All
like
right.
we'll bust out more.
Are we
if
making
needed.
all 4?
Yeah.
Sean, I got 10, a 1 and a 0? Or is it 100?
3d6, you said?
Yeah.
This is
That's
my
It's up to
first.
you.
That's my
But
second.
why are you rolling a D5?
Oh man.
God.
This is a d3.
Well, we're just throwing out that roll, but you're keeping the previous
42,
two.
The previous two.
Yeah.
20.
20. That's a dwarven blacksmith.
Oh, okay.
You get a hammer and an ounce of mithril.
Alright, here comes a new one. It's coming hot. 33.
33. That's an elven forester. You get a staff and a pound of herbs.
Bird.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Sean, you said the dwarven blacksmith
4
is a hammer?
intelligence.
A hammer and mithril?
1 ounce of mithril.
15 personality.
Blacksmith.
Nice.
Very personality.
Okay, Sloopy Dunbar.
He'll
He's
be-
got a 36.
He's an elven navigator. He's just wearing a long-haired wig, and he put ears on, like pointy ears on.
And he
Oh
will
my
lead you
God.
wherever you need to go.
Oh, man.
I'm the navigator.
Yep. What did
Phil,
you
did
start
you do a
with?
third? A
I
third
did.
one?
I do a
Oh,
third.
sorry.
Okay.
A short bow and a spyglass. Like looking at somebody's ass with that
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I got a 96.
Okay, you're a weaver.
A weaver?
Weaver.
Oh.
You get a dagger and a fine suit of clothes.
Oh.
Alright, well, let's see. Final one.
Yep.
82.
You're an outlaw. Short sword and leather armor.
That'll be the one that
Owen's
lives.
got the knife ready for you.
Let's see how Thomas is doing.
His first character's pretty good, except for the one
Except for
intelligence.
intelligence.
Yeah.
This one's pretty
Who
good,
needs,
except
who
for
needs
luck.
to think?
Yeah. The other guy's very average.
Okay.
The third guy.
Nice 6.
He will be who survives.
Very.
That's 10. Solid. Another 10. Okay. Ooh, 11. All right. This
The
guy's
same
looking
one.
up.
Alright, 11 again.
Yeah.
He said this guy was average.
Yeah. No, this is actually a little above average.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you were literally average.
Yeah,
Except
okay.
for the strength.
Okay, Thomas. Now you get to roll the d30 4
That's
times.
this
4 times.
Yep.
For each one?
Right.
One for each?
1 for each.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, let's see.
And-
21.
Okay, and what this means, you're gonna be marking this down in notes. This is what your luck modifier will also affect, in addition to what your normal modifier will. All right, 21. Fortitude saving throws. So just put fort in parentheses. That I'll remember what that is.
In the
case
notes.
Yep.
Is that it?
You gotta do
Yep.
3 more times.
Yep. Because this is what your luck is affecting.
26.
26. Critical hit table. That can be nice.
Artemis is giving his short sword to Ovum.
Okay.
6.
Damage rolls.
26.
You already got.
Yeah,
Can I
reroll.
get it again? Alright.
Yeah, let's
Boring.
1.
nice. All attack rolls.
That's pretty good. If you have the luck, what's your luck?
9.
Okay.
No.
Negligible. Alright, now you get to know all of your modifiers. If you have a 3 in any score that's -3.
Is this like regular D&D modifiers?
Yeah,
I
they
think
behave
so.
very similarly
Oh,
to that. Yeah.
So 12 is plus 1.
No, well,
14 is
let me
plus
just I'm just gonna be going up the row.
Okay.
A 4 or 5 in any stat is a -2 modifier.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
-2.
6 through 8 is -1.
Got a bunch of 8s.
9 through 12 is no modifier, 0.
It's a 0.
Yep.
9 through 12.
Yeah, it's a nice large margin there.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. 13 through 15 is +1. 16 and 17 is +2. And for anyone, I don't know if anyone rolled a nat 18.
I don't think so.
Okay, well that would be the +3, but
And I think I have the only 3. Sloopy's agility.
You have a 17?
no, 3.
You rolled. Oh, I rolled that low.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. I thought a 3 modifier. Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Thomas, we will now do the occupations of your characters.
So no eating until.
Well, no, he can eat.
No eating!
I
No
already
eating!
can't free.
Will take care of it for you.
You want me to roll? The eating part?
Yeah, I'll eat. You
Yeah.
roll. That's funny. All right. So you're doing D100. So pick a die that you'll have as your tens, and then one as your
time, and
singles.
Purple is.
Be careful not to take a D5 like Merc did.
Oh, I did that at
Some of
first.
those. Yep.
I corrected that.
Murd had
6.
some bottom bias
6. A beetle. I have to look that.
You
Wait,
have a
did you say
beetle?
that's an occupation?
It's
It's not like a
Isn't it the
political.
preacher thing?
it's BEA.
Yeah, something with that.
DLE.
I think I
Yeah.
did that.
You get a
It's something
staff.
related to a judge or.
You get a staff and a holy symbol.
Yeah.
Oh.
Official of a church or synagogue who may usher, keep order, make reports, and assist. So
It's kind of like an acolyte or
Yeah.
a deacon. You could, yeah.
yep, deacon, very well.
Yeah. All right.
33.
33. That is an second elven forester. Sloopy's got some, or no, Phil as a forester, right? Okay. So you're an
I'm
elf.
the navigator, Sean.
Yeah. You get a staff and a pound of herbs.
Hell yeah.
I think all my characters are neutral.
Neutral in what way?
Alignment.
Oh, you're
They're ready to be shaped by the world.
just in
2?
general as characters?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an animal trainer.
Alright.
You get a club and a pony.
Nice!
Of course, Thomas gets an animal-based
Yeah,
one. That is
one.
majorly just written in his fate.
54.
54. That is a guild beggar.
Like I belong to a guild? Or like
More like you beg a guild.
GUILD?
I don't think it means you're a member, but
Or do you beg from or for?
yeah. Anyway, you get a sling
Professional
and some
beggar.
crutches. No one's gonna care about you coming from a guild at this stage. You can't. I don't think you're gonna be able to use that to much benefit.
HP is just 1d4 modified by stamina.
Yeah. So this is a very big. These are big rolls. Big difference between 4 and a 1.
It's just a big show. All right.
That's
4
solid.
HP for Ovum.
Nice.
It's the only D4. Oh, that's a D4.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
4 HP for Artemis.
Oh, just D4?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Modified by stamina. Oh, nice. And
He can survive a car bomb.
Here we go with Sloopy.
So you get a 1?
Yeah, I mean, he's got +1 stamina, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
figures.
Okay, dwarves.
You say what did it get? 4 HP? Or 5?
He's got 4.
My best.
Oh my god. My beetle has 1 HP.
So dwarves and halflings, your speed is 20.
Oh my god.
Actually, it's 1 the minimum.
2 HP.
Yes, you
technically
cannot be
that's
lower
0.
than 1.
Okay.
Yep.
3
I know
HP.
there's 1.
My god. 2 HP. Come on.
What are humans at?
30.
And elves?
I
I'm gonna
literally
look
rolled
that
a
up.
1 on all of them.
You did?
I rolled a 2 on 1, but he had a -1 stamina.
Oh my god.
That's put him in the back.
Yeah. Throw him into traps. Expendable.
Oh, halflings also have infravision.
I almost don't even want to
Nice.
name these.
Do we
I'm
get
gonna
to
have
choose
to say
race?
goodbye so quick.
No,
It was pretty
that was
occupation.
determined in your occupation.
Oh.
You thought you could be a human elven forester?
Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows?
If you are an elf or a dwarf or halfling, you gain your racial language in addition to common.
Alright, what's the speed of that again? Shit. That didn't come out. What? How fast is elf?
Yeah,
is
I'll look that up.
When is speed done? Can we just say that Ovum's a half-orc?
No.
I don't doubt he believes that he's a half-orc. And he might be perceived that way, but I
I mean, there's no difference
no,
to
there's
anything.
not. There's no, he can be a half-orc. That's
Nice.
Alright, let's see. Elf.
As long as he keeps away from my cow.
Whoa.
What are you implying?
Oh, elves,
You know.
elves have infravision too.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Have what?
Infravision.
It's like seeing it.
You can see in the dark up to 60 feet.
Excellent.
Yep.
Are you human if not noted otherwise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is orc actually an option in this? Like you
No,
put
no.
Oh, okay. Or is it just elf, dwarf, halfling, and human?
This Ovum is just hideous
Yeah.
enough to be considered a half-orc.
Oh, he's got a 12 personality.
He's gonna need it.
He's got a knife. He's got a sack of apples. He's gonna beat you over the head with it.
Who needs personality when you have a knife?
Yeah. Exactly.
Who needs courage when you have a gun?
How's the AC configured?
Pretty sure it's 10 across the board.
Yeah, your movement's
Except
30.
Modified
Movement's
by
30
board.
if you're an elf or a human.
Okay.
Yep.
AC 10 across the
Yeah.
board.
Okay, now I gotta let you guys know your weapon stats.
AC is 10 modified by agility, right?
Yes. Or armor.
What's a leather armor get? What?
Leather armor's plus 2.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
You said modified by agility. Is that in a bad way too?
In a good way or a bad way.
Oh, shit.
Whatever your modifier
Sloop being a
dictates.
7 AC.
Oh my gosh.
AC with
Was
1
his
HP.
agility a 3?
2 HP.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness. Oh
But
my
he's an
goodness.
elf. He's got a spyglass. He'll lead you into the dark
Chapter
depths.
3 equipment.
He's just gonna like worship the first demon he comes across.
I'll do anything.
Yeah, pledge his undying service.
Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, leather's plus 2.
Oh.
Plus 2 armor. I think that's the only armor that we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be like D4 for all like the basic weapons. So they don't even have a table for
Like
that.
daggers.
Starting characters are peasants, yep. Okay, you can get your starting money. That's 5d12 copper pieces. In addition to whatever you had from your bonuses.
5d12.
Yeah.
What bonus?
Where's the d12 right there?
There were some occupations that started with money.
Oh, 23.
Is it for each character?
31, 41, 51. Wow, I rolled really good for my worst character. You said 50. That's copper coins.
You said
yes.
5d12.
5d12.
Oh my god.
You range from 5 to 60 copper.
Oh Jesus.
How many copper and silver?
Get out of here.
Let's see.
32.
10 copper to 1 silver.
Wow.
And 10
starting with 20 silver.
Is
That's
very
big
it's
balling.
substantial, yeah.
That's big balling.
10 silver to 1 gold.
Okay.
And then 10 gold to 1 electrum.
Wait, so this is copper pieces we have? This
Yep.
number? Okay.
Yep.
Is there another D12
I'm almost done.
behind the screen?
It'll be soon.
22,
Over.
34, 34.
I'm actually prized these.
Oh, wow, 12 with that dice. That's a real good.
I will take your 12s off of your corpse.
Okay, so if you have
Is this
like
copper?
if you have what clearly sounds like a profession weapon and not an actual practical weapon, it's just a base D4. It's like the same as a club. If you have something like a bow or a sword, let me know, and I can tell you. I think Artemis is a short sword.
So I have. Well, I gave the short sword to Ovum.
Okay.
And then Sloopy gave the short bow to Artemis. So I need the short sword, short bow.
Okay. Short sword is 1d6, significantly better.
Okay.
Short bow is also 1d6. No attack penalty within 50 feet.
Nice.
Between 50 to 100 feet, it's -2, and between 100 to 150 feet, it's -1 die. So you drop down from a d20 to a d16.
Did it say if I have any arrows?
Oh, I hope so.
I just assume you must.
What's the profession that you are?
That was Elven Navigator.
Roll a d20.
You can get a 2.
Big Papa Sloopy.
Yeah.
Big Papa Sloop.
6.
He has 6 arrows.
That's enough.
All right.
So like hammer, shot, all of those are pretty basic.
That is a d4. But sometimes bludgeoning, slashing, the weapon type might be important, but we
Sure.
can just make a ruling on that.
Well, I imagine
Yeah.
a pitchfork is
Yeah,
stabbing.
both of those weapons are worth 7 gold pieces that you have. So
Oh
like
my God.
that's like the most valuable thing that
Nice.
yep. Okay.
Alright.
Somebody had a sling, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a d4.
It's got shorter range.
For its range, Thomas, just write 40/80/160.
And it's assuming like you told Adam.
It's it's those penalties, yeah.
How's
So
What's those penalties?
40 is no penalty. 80 is a -1. And 160
What's the short
is
sword
you
got
lose the
for it?
whole. You go down to a D6.
And the
D16.
sling incapacitates. It actually doesn't do lethal damage. So if you reduce somebody to 0 with the sling, it knocks them out. It doesn't kill
They
them.
went full David
Yeah.
Goliath.
They did. Anyone have other questions?
I have a short sword.
Yeah, that's a d6.
D6.
Yep.
Pitchfork.
That's a d4.
Staff.
Staff is a d4.
Okay.
But it's worth more than a lot of the the tools and such.
And what are the saves?
Right.
I think initiative's just your agility.
It is.
That's not good.
At level 0 it is.
Yeah.
Sloopy -3.
He never goes.
Yeah.
At level 0 you have a +0 modifier to... Oh wait, no, there's probably... Okay, hold on. Stamina mod will influence your fort.
Okay.
Agility will set your reflex saving throw, and personality is will.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have a 0 unless those attributes are affecting your saving throws, or your luck might be. in
Can
some
they go
situations.
minus?
Yes.
Oh, they can. Okay.
Yes, of course.
So you said reflexes, agility, which is easy.
-3.
Oh man, you guys only get to roll a d4 on the crit table.
Yeah.
Fort, you said, was stamina?
What's that? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Force stamina, reflex.
And will was personality?
Personality.
Weird.
And you said reflex was agility?
Agility. Yeah.
And stamina. I'm just kidding.
What is speed?
Yeah.
What is speed?
I think I'm right.
So as a reminder, skills. As you see, there is no skills table on your character sheet, and basically this is where your occupation comes in. Anything that you can make a good case as pertaining directly to your occupation, you can make a trained skill check on that. Otherwise, you will be making untrained skill checks. That usually will affect the kind of die that you get to roll with for those. Yeah, this game, just as a tip, since it's not quite so focused on a huge list of skills, there are many situations where just being very deliberate about what you're describing, what your character is doing, will often make the difference for spotting something, like a secret passageway or noticing some important detail. That a lot of the time that's going to do you just as much good as the very narrow range of skills that your occupation has prepared you for. So, once a DM or a judge, as they are called in DCC, once they've described the situation or set the scene for you, don't be afraid to ask further questions if you're unclear about what's like your character's best course of action going forward, because that is something that you're all fortunate is that none of your characters are blind, so I can give you as much information as possible.
And you don't want all your characters to die.
No. And the idea of the funnel is that at the end of this adventure, it'll have been completed to some satisfactory degree that one of your characters, maybe the last one left standing, will reach 10 XP and then hit level 1.
One or more.
Right.
You just have multiple.
I think you pick one.
Yeah.
But
That should be
then
a
you have a
problem.
backup.
I'm going to go get my Sprite. And take this opportunity to just look over your sheets again, make sure everything that needs to be filled in is there.
Just aligned it.
I thought that guy's name was Firm for a second, but it's Finn.
We see.
Vern Kruger.
I have dog the animal trainer. Beetle Bailey. The Poe beggar.
Begs for po' boy sandwiches.
Poe the beggar, rather.
Oh my god.
So, I always say whenever Owen's in a campaign, he always worships Artemis.
Yeah. He's standing right next to him. He's just this halfling, so...
Yeah.
Maybe when Artemis hits level 1, Ovum's eyes will be open.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I have a lemon poppy seed bread, by the way, if anybody wants some, so...
I mean, I could just have him worship this halfling, because that's kind of funny as well.
However you want to do it, man.
Or like risk his life, protect him, all that
Yeah.
type of. Yeah.
He's definitely close to him.
Okay. Players start.
That's where we're at.
Could you pass me the bread?
Yeah. This turned out really good, by the way. I would say it's the best bread that she's
Breaking
made.
bread together.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm just gonna put it
Noble peasants.
on that recommendation.
Yep.
Take 2.
For days you have traveled through the dark brooding forest and across the desolate windswept moors. All about you is the endless gray, either the cold mist hanging on the valley floors of the dark clouds piling atop the bare, craggy peaks. Your destination is Hirot, a lonely village set at the foot of the Trolltooth Mountains, with its promise of a warm hearth and good company. Until then, your only companions are the ravens that circle overhead and the howl of distant wolves in the night. Your reverie and approach into Hirot is broken by muffled screams and the sight of shuffling forms ahead in the mists. Any reactions to this, or you guys just gonna stand your ground? It's difficult to make out what exactly is going on right now, but they are approaching you.
Ovum will keep Artemis behind him and have his short sword at the ready.
Artemis is like his ward right now.
Yeah,
Alright.
in a way.
Okay. Grim peasants, their dirt-lined faces drawn with fear, emerge from the gloom. All bear crude weapons. Wood axes, staffs, pitchforks, long knives. The mob drives a raven-haired woman before them. Gagged and bound with a thick rope, she squirms and fights them with every step. Trailing the mob are solemn figures astride war horses, the telltale glint of armor flashing beneath their wolfskin cloaks.
They've got a gagged woman.
And bound, yes.
And
She is plodding along in your direction, and the mob is behind them, and then a group of warriors behind the mob.
Who's holding the one?
She is not being held by anyone, she's just
more
being pushed forward, yep. Oh, travelers! One of the peasants in the foreground. But Jarl! There's villagers! Or there's visitors! Okay. At this news, one of the warriors breaks into a bit of a faster gallop, and several train after him as they kind of skirt around side the large gathering to ride to the front of the assembly. Greetings. I am the Jarl. Is Slippy looking at him? Okay. He says, you have entered the domain of Hirut. And, well, you are welcome to come by and be about your business, but do not interfere. And the mob continues pushing past you, leading the woman.
What exactly is going on?
The Jarl sighs deeply, and his vanguard kind of halts along with him as the mob continues moving forward. We've been struck with something of a curse. There is a great beast who attacks our village previously each night, but we have found a way, a hard way, but necessary one, to stave off its hunger. This poor woman here drew the lot and is performing her community duty to be the sacrifice at the altar stones.
Oh my god.
That seems like quite the misfortune.
Yes, it is a grim situation.
Is that a long-term solution?
How much of your city will be left?
Well, we were losing half a dozen villagers each time the beast attacked. This way we seem to sate its appetite.
Why not a cow?
This beast.
Donnie looks at you like, why you bring Jesse into it?
Jesse
the cow.
This hound has a taste that is not sated until it has consumed human flesh. Or those of like kind, he gestures to the elves and dwarves in the company.
Surely warriors as great as you could simply slay the creature.
The creature cannot be harmed by any weapon we possess.
What hope do we have?
Well, if you wish to help, you may wish to come into town and speak with villagers, but if you really want to help, you may offer yourselves at the next offering. And he spurs on ahead with the assembly.
I don't think he's on the tourism board.
Okay. So you see that the gathering is moving over a ways up to, looks like a hill in the distance, where sure enough you can see the outline of standing stones.
Well, I mean, if there's no risk, we could go watch.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the beast.
Such a beast that can't be hurt by any of their weapons. And clearly it will
Must be
be
mighty indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to kind of fall in with the assembly?
Sure.
Okay.
The Sloopy will just keep walking with his spyglass. It rarely leaves his face.
Okay.
He's gonna be the only one left alive.
Sitting in his tree
Yeah.
Some
with
sort
the
of
spyglass.
elven learning disorder.
Oh yeah.
Elven
Okay.
autism.
You see they reach the standing stones.
Two gay elven parents.
Some of the villagers kind of look at this group of travelers curiously, but most have their attention fixated on the spectacle. The young girl, or I'd say she's maybe late teens, is bound to an altar.
She likes to be bound.
Yep. It's just a stone slab set in front of basically a half circle of these standing stones. And once she's secure, the villagers kind of all grunt, acknowledging that it's done. Many of them have solemn faces, and you can kind of get the sense that there's a hard reality for a lot of them. Not that everyone in this mob was taking joy at this prospect. This is, somebody's daughter in the village, most likely. And with the work done, they begin to return. You hear one of the thanes, the escort of the Jarl, say, "Nightfall is coming! Return to the village!" And indeed, the sun is starting to set lower in the western sky. The gathering of villagers proceed on, and the thanes and Jarl kind of bring their horses over and say, "If you wish the safety of Hirit, you must be through the gate before nightfall. We do not have it open during this time. It's too dangerous."
What dangers lurk out here?
Well, the hound, of course. Yes, we have made our sacrifice, but if you are out lingering, then you are trusting to your own protection. And they start galloping back towards the village.
Do we know where the village is? If we want to find it.
I think so. We were near.
You see this procession of people heading
I
that
bet they're
Where
gonna
do we
close it.
belong?
Where do we belong? That's a damn good question.
Probably far from here.
Like, where did we come
I mean,
from?
why? Yeah, why did we come
Who are
here?
you? Who are you?
Well,
No reason is given,
got our
but
own reasons.
you can assume that there isn't another town for some hundreds of miles
Okay.
over treacherous lands.
Well, we did travel far to get here, so.
We might as well get some.
We need to at least see this beast. Like, you got that spyglass.
But
over
what
there.
if- what
Like,
if
maybe
it-
you could? How far can that thing see?
Oh, I think across the continent,
Wow.
I can see everything.
Alright, we're gonna have to stay pretty close.
But if what that warrior said is true, we might ourselves be killed if we stay outside of the city gates. He's saying it was killing a dozen villagers.
Half a dozen.
Half a dozen?
attack,
There's
yeah.
twice. There's more than twice that here.
There's 16 of us here.
Well, what if?
You came in on a road called the King's Way, for your information.
The King's
What
Road.
if this beast completely its fill? Like, how could he continue attacking?
Well, I mean, he might not eat us.
He might just kill.
He might
murder
just
us.
kill
He might kill more than he
for
can
our
eat
impudence.
out of anger.
Hmm.
Well,
Well-
we should have asked if the beast can climb.
Are we on a hill? Is that what it was? Or is it just on a
That's what
plain?
we
Yeah,
dropped
it's
her
on
off.
it's on a low hill outside of the town area, town proper. And on top of this hill, there's standing stones and the small altar where the girl is
Just
bound.
left.
I'll just go a little way and I'll watch and I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
So you want to? So we go inside and then you stay out here.
Just keep the gate open.
We'll
I
try
wonder
to
how
do
much
that.
money we could make if we untied this girl and offered to tie her back up.
Wait, what?
What the fuck?
I see what it
We
is.
could extort the city. is
They'll
what I'm
just-
saying.
Put one of us on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, bad plan.
They're like armored guards.
Wonder how
We've
much
got a
money-
bag of herbs.
Yep, no, these are
Have a
the
cup.
Thanes were proud warriors in the prime of their life, wearing, mail and up on horseback, on a war horse, no less.
And they were afraid.
Well,
I don't
Well,
know
maybe
what
we
hope
could.
we have.
How much money could we make accosting wayward travelers and selling them?
What is wrong with you?
I'm sure they'd rather have an outsider than one of their own.
Yes. One of
I
us.
see what he's saying.
Yeah, one of us. This keeps coming back to us.
Just like my Nos is just staring contemplatively at Sloopy. Does
Artemis, Gug, and Ovum are gonna head back to the village.
Okay. And Sloopy's...
Yeah, he's gonna get a little distance away and just hunker
Okay.
down.
Sure.
Actually, that's a good idea. I
Yeah.
should send at least one man to the village. I'll send my beetle to the village.
I send all of my men to the village.
Okay.
We're a bunch of soft-bodied men.
Okay, I'll keep one on here.
See in the
Beetle,
dark.
Oh yeah, he's got infravision.
Okay, I was gonna say
I'll keep.
He's a real elf.
my miner would have given him a lantern, but
He's a real elf. How would that help him see in the distance?
no. See, like if he was trying to come back, if he couldn't
no.
see very well.
I'll keep my elven forester out as well.
Is there like
Dobbin will stay behind.
is there like one religion in the land, or is my like?
You don't know of this. You would have to ask the townsfolk. You do not know of their religious customs here.
Have you worship Artemis?
Actually, I wonder if I just send my beggar instead. You could do some begging. You know what? That's a better idea. I'm gonna send the beggar.
Beg the hound.
Town. He's just gonna learn.
You're definitely gonna get snatched up.
He's gonna learn what he can from the other homeless and like try to collect a few coppers.
We don't need a lottery tomorrow.
What's that?
Come, let's go back to town.
Come.
I'll get some fresh milk from Jesse.
Okay.
We'll drink after a long drink.
God, don't milk
Definitely
'em.
girl on the
Just-
altar.
Yeah.
You have a cow. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Just sucking.
Yeah,
that
the cow is
cow.
starting to get. The cow and the pony are both starting to get uneasy as dusk is setting in.
True. Let's take him back to town.
Okay.
Why don't I teach Jesse a trick?
Okay.
Besides
He's an
Dawn.
animal trainer.
Yeah. What can I teach her? Maybe.
Lay down, roll over.
Overham could
Shake-
beat her with a
shake
sack of apples.
Whoa.
If that would help.
Did you go with apples?
Yeah.
You can upgrade it to 4 pounds because that's a heavy fruit
Nice.
on its own accord.
Just doubled my strength.
You did. Yeah. All right. Full roster of those staying at the altar stones.
I got one on mine for me.
So you kept 3 at the tree?
No, I kept one is staying at the altar.
Oh,
stone.
yeah, yeah.
The other 3 are going
None of
back
mine
to
are
the town.
staying at the tree.
Okay.
I got 3 at the tree.
I mean, Sloopy's not there. He's like halfway between.
Oh, yeah, I mean, my elf would
Yeah,
be next to
yeah.
Sloopy because he's an elf too, right?
So is everyone where Sloopy is?
No.
No, I got
yeah,
one man
mine.
near Sloopy.
No, I meant everyone outside of town.
No,
Are they where
I
Sloopy
think
is?
actually, we should probably send the animals to town. They're probably just gonna like get scared off or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's make
None
it-
of
okay,
his are. Only Sloopy's go out there. He's
Okay.
going. He's all going to the town too. None of my guys are equipped for that.
I have 2 men at the sleep.
Okay. People that go into town. The wooded moors give way to mist-laden fields. Ahead, up a narrow track, stands the village of Hirut. The village is defended by a low earthen rampart topped with a wooden palisade, so a nice wall of planked wood. Behind the village, a causeway rises to a great hall resting atop a craggy ride. So think Whiterun from Skyrim. You know, that's pretty close. There's a feasting hall up there. Black hearth smoke hangs forlornly over the village, as if even the smoke were too frightened to venture beyond the village's walls. Solitary figures at the gate, which goes through the palisade, are kind of ushering in the last of the villagers, and the Jarl's men have ridden ahead of them. And seeing you, a man steps out and says, "Do hurry, dusk isn't near."
Okay.
There are still men out in the field.
Well then, that is ill-advised. I have seen this hound and is most vicious,
But you will open the gates when they return.
provided the sun is not fully set, but they do not have much time. I am under strict orders by the Jarl himself.
What of this hound?
Of this hound.
You've seen it.
of this
You've seen
hound?
it. You say. You've seen it with your own eyes and survived.
Yes,
Is it a wolf?
I myself have fought the beast. And I
yet-
tell you, we struck it with arrow, with sword, at the loss of some of the men of the Night's Watch here, and he gestures to some of those who are guarding the gate. And when we thought it was slain, the body dissipated into a black mist that crept back beyond the moors. But the wolf returned, all the same. That should have been our great victory, but at that point on, I knew that our weapons would not be enough to finish it off.
Have you tried trapping it in a pit?
Burning it.
Binding the wolf.
I didn't say that. You don't want to kill it.
Oh, you want it to survive? Okay.
just trapped for all eternity.
No, it is difficult to make such maneuvers when the beast is upon you. It is fast and vicious. But, yes, perhaps a trap of some kind might outwit the beast, but at any rate, as far as your friends are concerned, I have my orders, and I may not change them without the Jarl's express approval. I myself would not be convinced to open the gates after seeing what this beast is capable of out of the love I have for our village.
If the beast every night goes to the same location.
No, not every night, good sir. Since the sacrifices have started, it appears only every 3 nights. As long as the
Still,
sacrifice
but it goes to where the sacrifice is.
No.
That is our understanding, although none are there to witness it.
But if you could trap it at that location.
He says, well, I cannot risk the men of the Night's Watch on this endeavor.
But we could do it.
The city would
We would be
indebted-
heroes!
Indebted to us.
Well, we can do little tonight. But we would have 3 nights, you say.
From now.
If the sacrifice is accepted, and thus far we believe they all have been, yes.
Time to prepare.
Well, Sloopy will be fine. He's durable. So,
Okay,
I'm gonna get in.
you guys proceed inside the gate.
Yep.
Okay.
Tom, I'll miss your 3 dudes that are out there.
2. I changed it.
Oh, you changed it to 2.
Slowly, more carving inside the gate as time goes on.
But my 2 best are out there, which is unfortunate.
Okay,
If something goes wrong.
so that's 3 total then. Sloopy in the back, and the 2 of your
Well,
guys.
he has one elf, I thought.
So two, one by Sloopy,
Two.
and then there's one that's closer to the standing stones.
Oh no. I can say all by Sloopy.
Okay.
Huddle around
I also have 1 by Sloopy, so that's 4 total.
Sloopy's brigade.
He's a beacon.
It's like they just
I
see
know.
him with the
Is there
spyglass.
like,
That's my
Is
captain.
there any cover? Can we find cover like a rock or like tall grass?
Well, you're away from the dense woodlands. You can see there's a tree line about. Let's see. Look, going by this scale. There's a tree line about 200 yards away from the hill to the north. That would potentially provide cover and a means of escape, but in this vicinity, no. The hill itself is almost entirely barren, save for the stones and just the grass.
what is vision?
What is
vision?
Vision
As
is
far, how can,
the
how
range
far
of
can
sight
you
that your character can perceive.
Marvel, superhero.
Right now, it is not yet night or dark, so
No.
you can see everything just fine. But in half an hour's time, your vision's going to be impaired unless you have infravision.
And even so, like 60 feet, that means like if you're at the tree line, you wouldn't be able to see.
Hey, Bert. Could you whip that jacket at me? Fucking toss it.
Whip that shit.
You would certainly be in no position to fire projectiles or have a clear idea of what's going on if you were hiding in the tree line.
We'll be fine.
Alright.
Okay.
It's just a big wolf.
So at this point, then, I'm going to assume that those outside of the gate are going to continue watching the stones until something happens.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Especially Snoopy and the elf.
Yeah, I think my elf is gonna try to climb a tree.
Okay.
What tree?
There's really
So this-
very little.
Were you not listening to anything?
Didn't you say there's
You were
a...
so concerned with putting your coat behind you?
Yeah. I got a cold back, man. Well, where was that tree line? It was farther away.
It's all over your back.
Oh man, I'll bring
Okay.
that back on.
So as Sloopy's looking,
Yeah.
sure enough, after the sun sets, and a blanket of quiet just kind of sets over the whole moor. You know, the ravens stop crowing. You all feel a little tingly. You see strutting from the northwest, actually coming along the edge of the woods. There is unmistakably a great wolf or hound of some kind.
Walking on 2s or 4s.
4s. Approaching the standing stones.
Hey guys, this is a big wolf.
I see it. We just observe, right? That girl was chosen.
I mean, you could go save her.
Okay.
I'm just watching. I like to watch.
Okay. The wolf, the hound, the beast of Hewitt, makes his way up to the standing stones. He jumps onto the stone altar and starts ravaging the girl, tearing out her throat and slaying her. You see it does not consume her flesh or anything of that nature. It
Just kill him.
lets out a baleful howl that can surely be heard in Hewitt. And are any of you making an attempt to hide?
Well, I was.
I know you're all at a distance, but that's not necessarily not the same thing.
So
Okay.
was
Maybe
I?
prone.
I mean, was I?
I mean, I'd probably try to be prone.
You indicated there were no trees nearby where we were spying from.
No trees of like
None.
occasional shrub or a little bush here
Okay,
and there.
I would try to find a bush at least if I couldn't find a
You
tree.
gonna make for the bush?
Sure.
Okay.
Sloopy's just standing bow-legged and
This was a suicide mission. I never should have brought my.
Okay.
Yeah, we shouldn't have grouped up on Sloopy.
Alright. Sloopy, I'll take a luck save.
oh, here we go.
Cuss.
He's got +2 luck.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
DC's 10.
Here we go. 16.
Okay.
Super lucky.
The hound lingers there for some time, and then starts heading back in the direction from where it came.
Now, as a beetle, do I
You
detect
have an
anything like
exoskeleton.
evil about it or like supernatural? From watching it, like, does it look that way?
What's your intelligence?
4.
4. Jesus Christ! You, while it is true that you have training in this, the distance from which you observed it from, you couldn't really feel any of its aura or energies. And from Sloopy had a spyglass, so he had the best view. I mean, unless he was giving you little peeks while it was going on.
No,
you know?
I'm the navigator.
Okay, so I mean,
Here's Spock.
the way the townsfolk and the Jarl kind of treated the threat, they claimed it to be, maybe a demon or a great monster, but you can't tell anything from this encounter.
Okay.
From that. Okay, so it slumped off into the woods.
As should be.
Yep. Is Sloopy gonna set camp for the night, or is he planning to return to town?
He's returning.
Okay.
He will navigate the way back.
Okay, you guys come back to the gate.
Hey, let us in.
Okay.
These 4s would have been things but better than ones.
Hey man, life's rough.
Yeah, guys.
3 of my characters have a 4.
None of mine. I have a 3 at that.
Okay.
But I don't have any 1s.
The southern gate is the only direct entrance to the city. The Night Watch are posted. There's 2 sentries at the gate, and they regard you as you approach. You fools! What are you doing out here at night?
We were
We had to observe the beast for ourselves.
watching the wolf.
You're damned lucky to be alive.
It's-
Yep.
It accepted the offering, and then it went its way.
Well, good luck to you. At dawn, the gate will open.
But
I mean, we're not with the wolf.
the wolf is even that way.
Cannot risk opening the gate.
What's the wall made of?
He's not our
What?
friend.
Yep.
How
Are there,
tall is
are
it?
there any holes in the wall?
You shout that? What are you saying?
I'm
Do you
not,
mean to betray us to the Hound?
not with him either.
Could you throw us a ladder? A rope?
Yeah, rope.
At the first sign of the beast, you could drop the rope and let us fall.
The gates will only open under the order of the Jarl himself, and the same extends to letting in anyone by any other means.
Do you know anyone else who has a rope?
One of them grabs a sling. He says, I'm warning you. Back off.
Why are we providing leadership, Sloopy?
Sloopy style.
We could have a campfire.
Alright, let's just camp out right here.
Let's have a campfire. I am a forester.
Just
also-
in sight of the gates. You will camp outside.
Right outside the
Nice.
gate.
Okay.
Camp outside the gate.
Start a little fire.
We could tell scary stories.
There's this wolf.
The Hound. Okay.
You all just don't sleep that night because it's so spooked.
All right.
Sloopy eats food.
Sleeps.
I'm gonna jump back to the people when in town.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. So you guys have entered the town proper. Got some more information here.
Is your name Dawn?
Dawn.
Hanging dog.
Donnie.
Oh, Dawn.
It's
Hanging
also,
dog over here.
I will say the palisade is 15 feet tall. In case that influences any.
15 feet only?
Yep.
Oh,
We could have just.
we could
climbed
sack
that.
men.
Right. So
Stack
you
men.
could okay.
I thought you said
Head to
sack,
shoulders.
So you guys come into
Sack men.
you guys come into the village square at night. A largely deserted space, save for a few scruffy mongrels that pick their way through abandoned stalls. There's a locked strong box that rests atop a short wooden post in the very town center. There's a tattered banner displaying a sable wolf that hangs forlornly directly above the strong box. Probably a very lively place during the day, but as I said, there's little activity here at this time. Although, you see immediately to your right, there is an inn, known as the Wolf Spear Inn.
So there's
Place is morbid.
no people in sight.
Oh, no, there's just a few people who are picking over the stalls, seeing if there's any produce left, but mostly unscrupulous types.
Like
Like
they're
dust.
stealing?
Like, things that have fallen off of wagons, that sort of thing. Just like,
Oh.
yeah, nothing of tremendous value.
Just like dead of night.
No, it's just after sunset.
Okay.
Doug will
You actually hear the howl of the wolf off in the distance. Yep.
Doug will nonchalantly walk towards the locked box.
Clear.
Break that open real quick.
I've got a hammer.
Just.
Real quick.
Okay. It's, I mean, Gug's a dwarf, so he's
Oh,
got to
yeah.
look up at it a little bit, but here you can even see a little picture. There it is.
Wow.
Okay.
With a tattered,
There's just like probably the Jarl's banner or something of that nature
Stealing from
behind it. Yep.
a lot of wolf face.
Why is he keeping it in the middle?
You have no idea what's in the strong box. It's just a
Locusts.
little
It's like a
chest.
challenge.
It's just deadly wasps are stored in that box.
I mean, maybe I'll put my ear to
wolves,
it.
snakes. A lot
Okay.
of wolves.
So yeah, right now there's not a whole lot of people around.
Gug will put his ear to the box.
Just silence. It's not like a scorpion in there or anything like that. Yeah.
So when we came into town, Sean, on the road, what direction did we come from?
The south.
So we came south to this. So imagine the city was to the right, and the hill, and that
So
was to
How
the
does
left.
that help
So,
you
here you
decide
go.
anything?
Here's the road you came on. Here's the standing stones, and then the only gate into town is at the southern tip here. So
And
I
the
mean, you were
wolf-
coming from the east, more like it.
And the wolf was coming from where?
It skirted around the woods here, and then came to the standing stones.
Yeah.
You guys got my back, Rim.
What are you trying to do? I mean, they have armor and wolf skin.
Look at this box.
It's just in the middle of town square.
Yeah.
You think they're not
Totally
watching that? You
No
think
one
no one is
around.
watching
No
that?
one
Maybe it's a
around.
donation
You got a
box?
wolf head on top of it.
What? it's
that
just
true?
like to catch a predator or something. It's just like
Could be a trap. Like you open it and you find it and you read a note that just says you're fucked.
what are the odds of
Maybe
it?
there's an odd colored potion in there that you drink accidentally.
You know, I'll try to keep an eye out, I guess.
Okay, keep
but
an eye out.
If you
This
get
might
caught,
be a
I'm
little-
testifying against.
Might be a little loud. And Gug will take his hammer and just try and smash the lock.
Is that what he wants to do?
Yeah.
I'm not-
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, why would it just be in the open if it's not meant to be like public?
It's meant to be taken.
Maybe it's like a
It
mailbox.
wants to be taken.
Maybe it's somebody's mail.
It wants to be found. Somebody's mailbox.
Pony Express! That's Thomas's thing.
All right. So you're attacking a stationary object.
I hope so.
Yep. So I think that might give you a D24. I need to see it, or it might just be a +2.
You tell me, boss.
Yep. I'm gonna figure it out.
It'd be embarrassing. if
Otherwise,
you
you know, just make something up and roll with it.
Okay. Yeah. You can roll D24 for the attack.
Hot dog.
missed. Don't miss.
Oh, I didn't miss it. It's a lot.
You get to go to the fumble table.
I will miss this whole.
Who are you? Who are you?
Drop the hammer on your toe.
You know, if you miss completely, they can't accuse you and everything.
Right, I didn't do anything.
Kill my animal trainer.
So natural 1 is always a miss, and then he gets to roll on the fumble table.
With what?
Fumble.
I know you get to roll a D4 for the crit table. I don't think
It's
there's-
based on your armor, I thought.
Yeah.
I think it might be a D4 for unarmored. And it's modified by luck.
Yes, it is. Combat. This will be good to know just for the future. For the future.
This is our first combat, guys.
Yeah, it's the lockbox.
The lockbox.
Fumble.
We might not take on this wolf, but we can take on this
Yeah.
box.
It's quite a foe.
First the box. Next to Jarl.
Okay, I will say this for warriors and dwarves, they can burn a point of luck if they want to cancel a result from the fumble table.
No.
You still will take the natural 1 as a miss, but then there's no other negative
Okay.
connotations.
Can I do that after I roll?
Yes, you can.
Alright.
Okay,
See what happens.
fumble table. Here we go.
God damn it. Thought it would be easy.
Okay, since your attack, you roll a d16.
Whoa.
Or
You're dead.
That means I can have, like, the worst of results.
oh, okay. So what kind of armor are you wearing?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Yep. No, that is a d4.
You
Yep.
take
Yeah, yeah.
900,999.
And then I add my luck.
Yes.
So it's a 2.
999.
So it's like a subtraction.
Yeah, it's
okay,
reversed.
alright.
Yeah.
You trip. You may recover with a D10 reflex save. Otherwise, you'll spend the next round prone.
Okay.
Lying on the ground.
I make it.
So he like winds up, just whiffs it entirely and stumbles, but then steadies himself.
You know, maybe this
Is
isn't
everything
worth
okay
trying.
over there?
That was practice. This time though, this lock is done. It is a. I think it's just a 9.
Okay.
You think that's enough?
You think that's enough?
I don't.
No, it bangs loudly on the strong box, but it doesn't inflict damage. To the north of you, so the inn's to the right, this would be like kind of straight ahead. There's a stone structure at which it looks like some sort of cleric or priest comes out of the front door, his hands steepled. What was that?
Smacking on his holy box.
We were wondering about this curious box here. Do you know what it is?
Ah, yes. He strides forward, and two of his followers trail in behind him. Yes, of course. Visitors to town, are we?
Yes.
Well, I am Father Beacom.
Just got the hammer like behind my
Yeah.
back.
Got a big old dent in the box.
I am the priest of Justicia, whose chapel you see behind me. We are in, of course, an immense crisis right now, both of the flesh and of the spirit, with the Hound of Hirit beset against us. No doubt a punishment for our great sins. We are making remedy to
What's great sins?
of the common licentious crowd, of course. The fallings, trappings of mortals, and those who do not follow Justicia as they should. Of course,
Hold on.
with enough penance.
If those are great sins, what's like a normal sin?
Oh, all sins accumulate over time, big or small. The outcry has grown too great, I'm quite convinced, and so penance must be made until for the Hound to be drove away.
So what are you doing about that?
Oh, well. Let's see. We must all forsake the material world.
D&D and philosophy.
We must continue to have faith in the system that we have established, bringing the sacrifice to the standing stones once every 3 nights. And when when the gods themselves are satisfied, the Hound will no longer assail us. It will return to whatever dark pit it crawled from. This box here is the lottery box, set for those who, unfortunately, must make the sacrifice for the good of our community. And so when it is time, we draw names from everyone in town from this box.
Next time it's just gug, 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 gug.
Yeah.
All of it is gug.
I mean, why do you keep it here?
So that, done publicly, there is no doubt or accusations of favoritism or tampering with the lottery system. It's all done in the light of the public square. And, of course, for the public to be available so that they may understand and make their peace for whoever is chosen to be the next sacrifice.
Does it have to be a townsperson who's sacrificed to the wolf?
Oh, well, if you intend to stay here for more than a day or so, of course you will be expected to offer your names
Oh, expected.
in the lottery.
So it's
It's the law.
Yes. These are Brother Acker and Brother Hams. They've both taken vows of silence, and you will see during the day they make penance in their own ways.
Me too.
How much money would the church pay somebody to volunteer?
They don't
Nothing.
need volunteers.
Oh,
They don't care.
okay.
But if you wish to put your soul in a good position for the world to come, it would be meet and proper to offer up yourself.
I don't care much for my soul, thank you.
No, clearly not. Do not dally here further. It may look suspicious. And he briskly turns around with his disciples and start heading back to the chapel.
I don't think we should stay in this town.
I really want to like break into this box and just fill it with his name.
I assume they put their names in at the time of the drawing, like this is just empty for now.
Yes,
That's my guess.
I believe so.
I bet his name is not even involved.
You see,
I
Just the
bet
people
that
that
that's
don't like.
likelihood.
you see that although Father Beacom re-enters the chapel, his 2 disciples are just standing there at the entrance watching you guys by the box.
You guys don't talk, huh?
How's that going for you?
Just start mocking them.
Hey,
no, Mr. No Talk. How's it going?
Good.
Boy.
What are you doing, boy?
Alright.
We
You guys can think
Just,
about
like,
you guys
piss
can,
on the box.
you guys can think about this
They
one
couldn't
more.
say nothing.
I'm gonna go back to the group outside the town wall.
Just write horrible messages like Justicia is a false god, and
Yeah, exactly.
I would piss on his back if I could,
There you go. Piss all over his
and they
back.
couldn't say anything.
That's right. Couldn't tell no one.
They can write. They might be able to write though.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that defeat the purpose?
Probably. I mean, otherwise, how they tell people they're like hungry?
Why do they have to tell people?
Charades.
Like, doesn't charades? Isn't that just one level deeper? Like, At that point,
Isn't the whole point like isolation and just
I have no idea.
communing with God and not communicating with anyone else
it's beyond
in
my
any
character.
way?
Beyond my character's
I'm gonna piss
comprehension.
on that bar.
Maybe
Okay.
at nighttime.
I'm gonna jump back to the group outside of town quick. So you guys were. It seems that the night watch will not be convinced to let you inside. The wall itself may perhaps be climbable to a skip. For some no, or you face the prospect of spending the night outside of the safety of the palisade.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fun.
Actually, I guess we don't have materials for a campfire. I wonder.
No, you have the copper coins and your starting professional goods. That's it.
That's it.
In addition to the clothes on your back.
But I mean,
You're
we're forced.
also forced, right? So what? How?
Is there some
find
sort of
five
lanterns
twigs
for them
and
on,
rub them
like, do
together.
the ramparts have some sort of lanterns where the guards are?
Yes, by the gate.
So there's at least a little bit of light.
And we're elves, right?
Yeah.
So we have 2 elven foresters.
Alright,
We
we
can
can-
build a rub 2 sticks
Luffy
together.
will take his knife and start whittling up chunks from the wall.
Are you?
Just in plain sight of the guards.
Alright,
Okay,
foresters are gonna.
somebody's
Yeah,
probably.
foresters
gonna take
are foresting for firewood.
it. Right. Back off!
I'm foraging for wood.
Oh my god.
You get.
Okay.
You tried to die.
You see one, he's got a sling ready. Get away from there! Okay.
So you have 1 HP.
He's got 2, baby.
Yeah.
Just like Ryu come back and he's dead.
You can't die from a sling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Can't die from a sling, baby. So once he gets back up.
Just stop it! I need this wood! Oh my god.
What is good?
What is good?
He just gets Boromired by this sling just trying to get this.
That's great.
Okay. Sluby, what is your armor class?
7. He attracts.
You take
rocks
you take
towards
four
him.
you take 4 subdural damage.
Yeah,
You
you're all
rolled
like,
max on the sling. So a stone strikes your head. Roll 2d8.
Oh god. 2 and a 7.
You are out cold for the next 9 hours.
Perfect. Problem
I'm
solved.
going ahead in my own special way.
9 hours.
Done.
The sad music just slumped over the palace.
Death of Snoopy.
And then it's like the title screen of this for a video game. Hound of Heroes just over his face. Like, God.
He'll be ready to go in the morning.
Nice. Is this from Halo?
This ODST?
This is Hollow Knight.
Oh, Hollow Knight.
Does almost sound like
It does sound like ODST.
Yeah,
Yep.
ODST is a good.
Alright. So how about the other ones outside? You see your fallen comrade.
Well, I mean,
We're wooding right now.
he was
Oh, you're wooding. Okay, so you're going off on a little wood gathering mission.
We're in search of wood.
I will say, actually, the beetle was also there. He's probably like, no. He's probably like praying over Snoopy or something.
The beetle. Okay. It looks like they're not gonna fire on the beetle if he's just dragging Sloopy away from the
Yeah,
palace.
just drag him away.
Okay.
I'll probably check out a spyglass, like look through it, like does this actually have a lens?
Just pocket that.
Okay. You guys are in the woods. The 2 foresters.
Looking for wood.
Okay.
Gonna make a fire.
Okay. As you approach the border of the forest, you see 2 pairs of glowing yellow eyes leering at you from the cover of
As
darkness.
in like 2 separate.
And you're
barrels?
elves, right?
Yeah.
So you-
Yeah.
okay.
Like
There's a pair of swamp jackals looking at you.
Swamp
swamp jackals.
Swamp jackal. Is that a normal creature in these parts?
Is
I
that a
mean,
normal
it's not
creature in
supernatural, but it's basically like a big hyena.
It's like Mert's boyhood gang or something.
The swamp.
Swamp jackal.
Maybe wood isn't good.
What else? Do we need wood?
I mean,
Do we even need wood?
Is it cold outside?
You're in the moors, so if you think of like Scotland, like
It's pretty chilly.
yeah, there's definitely
By the gate.
you will be as elves. You have a little bit more hardiness for like the elements, but you will be uncomfortable. And Sloopy might catch himself a cold or something sleeping out here like that.
Swamp jackals
Alright.
or warmth. I think warmth. Or wait, that's the other way around. Let's just have neither. Yeah, let's just not.
Let's just have neither.
Have neither. How are you gonna do that?
I think that's the
By
one
doing
thing you can't do at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, what's up?
I mean, I've experienced cold days and nights before.
All right.
Fuck it.
Cuddle up with Sloopy.
True. Let's just
Share your bodies.
suck it out.
Let's thug it out.
Share your bodies to Sloopy.
So you're going to just
walk
not let
back.
them deter you and
No, we're going back.
Fully deterred. We're
We are
canceling
100% deterred. Mission
Okay,
abandoned.
describe the nature of your withdrawal.
I'm gonna stare straight ahead and walk backwards.
You're gonna backpedal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna turn my back.
Do you do the same, Thomas? Okay. The jackals make a bit of a feint, taking a few steps towards you, but when they see that you keep your eyes on them, they do not leave the cover of the forest to pursue you. So you make your way back to the front of the gates.
Yes, good.
So, I guess it's just my other character there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And yeah, Beetles drag Sloopy away from the...
Well, there's a bunch of swamp jackals out there, so I couldn't really do anything.
Yep. And Sloopy has nothing to say on the matter. He's sleeping.
Let's just use Sloopy as cover.
For one.
Use the mask cover. Just like throw them on top of our
Alright.
bodies.
Okay.
Just
Use
layer
blanket.
over us.
Alright,
that
back,
works. That works for me.
back to the
Take
group.
his clothes.
Back to the group in the town center.
Take
Unconscious.
everything from him. Just strip him and toss
My
him.
guys went into the end.
You're not with us and pissing on this box?
I have no idea.
It's like a rite of passage. You ain't shit if
You're
you
not one of the swamp jackals unless you piss on this box.
Real swamp.
That must be our group's name once we come through
yeah.
this. The swamp.
That
Jackal.
would be if you guys make it out of this. That would be sweet. You could like skin the jackals and like have their hides. Like that'd be cool. All right, who's pissing on the box?
No.
My three men are retreating.
That's how you survive.
Where do we belong?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the inn.
Alright.
Actually, I need to go to the inn with my pony.
Gug sees no one with him, he'll go with.
All right.
No one wants to piss alone.
No, you don't want to do that.
Piss alone on a
Wants
box.
to piss alone.
These guys will probably jump me and just start beating me down.
In silence.
Yeah,
It's
silence.
silent for a reason, yeah.
All right. So as you approach, there's definitely a warm light emanating from the door crack. You see there's some peculiar features to the structure of the inn itself. There are arrow slits set into the shutters of the windows. There's a heavy iron bar leaning just in the doorway, ready to bar the door upon a moment's notice. And there are crenellations set along the roof's edge. Stepping inside, you enter the common room. Food and drink are being served. Let's get 2d12 from somebody. Or one person rolls a d12, another person does. Merv rolls both.
10.
Okay.
Bird rolls both.
And a 1.
Okay.
Oh,
There's 11 locals who seem to be passing the night, taking their dinner, casting dice, having drink, doing their best to forget about the beast prowling outside the doors. There is a bard. He is entertaining five of the guests who are kind of in one corner of the common room. He's strumming a tune and giving a ballad of some sort.
My weaver will definitely go to listen to that.
And you see there's a gentleman.
Gentlemen.
There's a hardy older man, perhaps in his late 40s or so, who is tending bar. He above him, you see a wolf spear that rests above him, mounted to the wall of the bark wall itself. It is cast in a blue-silver color, and apart from that,
Is that a term that we should know?
Blue silver.
No, wolf spear.
it's
what's
yeah.
that?
I mean, it's probably it's a spear that likely is used to fight the various jackals or wolves of the area. Okay.
Why didn't they use this on the?
On the beast?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You might want to ask him.
if you aim for it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I want to buy it for Ovum.
How much for the swamps?
All right. He looks up at you and gives a little bit of a nod. Welcome, travelers. And he goes back to polishing a glass.
How much for the cool spear?
Well, that? Yeah, it's the namesake of the inn. Welcome to the Wolf Spear.
Yeah.
He says, I couldn't part with it. It's central to the whole identity of the place. What am I going to call this place without my wolf spear?
I mean, you could still call it the wolf spear.
Place it with a nice picture.
He says, you folks seem well-intentioned. He leans in and says, "'Tis nothing but a decoration. It's wood. I painted it over to give it to the talent."
Damn. Yeah.
It's a good thing you didn't buy it.
This is a sham.
I am sorry.
Is it based on a real spear that exists?
Says, well, okay. He's going to share a bit of information.
Oh, I like this.
I don't think wolf spear is a thing.
Yeah.
That's why you made it up.
In fact, I googled it and all I got was Warhammer 40k stuff.
No, so I got.
Did you do it with a dash?
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Dash.
Oh.
In this world, it could be a wolf spear.
Oh no, still 40k.
He says, it's just after one of local legend. There's a tomb not far from here.
Tomb?
Yes, they say one of the great kings of old had some such weapon, and this inn, as a matter of fact, predated most of the town you see around you. We were a stopping post for traders, not in my lifetime, but the village of Heroes grew around the inn, as its proximity to the Serpent Mound, as it's called. So it's like one of those earthen mounds, as he continues describing it, and it's yes. If you approach the entrance, which few do these days, especially with the hound about, yes, you will see. Looks verily like a serpent head.
And this is where the king is buried?
Well, presumably, yes.
Well, I wish for a hearty meal, some hard liquor, and a soft bed.
I can grant you that. He sighs heavily, and then says, "Just the one gentleman?
Oh, three more.
How many total meals are we ordering here?"
I need 4.
I need 3.
3, 4, 2. That's
3, 4,
9.
And actually, I think Poe's gonna make a
3, 4, 2,
attempt to
3.
like, are you gonna charge a poor old man? And he like raises his crutches.
It's pure
He's double crutching it?
Yeah.
Double
Oh
crutch.
my god.
Make a personality. So, yeah, you're gonna attempt to persuade him based on your appearance that you don't need to pay.
This is his occupation.
Yes, it is. So you may make it with a d20.
Alright.
His fucking occupation.
Yep, it's begging.
Professional beggar.
Not today.
A 1.
1.
1.
Just gonna throw you out.
Charge you double.
He crit failed on his personality.
Yeah. He
Seven.
says, no, in fact, there's no room for charity in times like these, and I'm afraid the rate has gone up for you, sir.
Is this the only inn in town?
My daughter went off to the Stones this morning, or this afternoon, and I'm not feeling amiable.
We apologize, sir. We did not know that.
Well, let's get you fed. So we've got 9,
There's 12.
12. Okay. So it'll be 2 copper pieces for character,
Oh.
3 if you want alcohol as well.
Oh yeah.
So you can all make the deductions.
Let's get rowdy.
If you want a bed in the common room, that'll be 5 copper pieces
In addition or total?
in addition.
Oh my god.
And if you want a private bedroom, that is 1 silver piece.
You said it's 5 copper for a room?
For a bed.
For a bed.
That doesn't mean you get your own room.
10 copper would be a private room.
Yes.
Artemis will get a room for him and a room for O.
Okay.
The beggar should just buy the whole lot at double price.
Kind of like a private room.
No.
How much was the room? It's 10.
1 silver piece for a private room on the 2nd floor.
How many people can fit in a private room?
That's up to you.
How many
one
beds?
bed.
I should say? Okay, 1 bed.
I took the 8 away for the
Okay.
bed and the food
All right.
and the drink.
Then you're all refreshed. Despite his gloominess, understandably so, it is a very nice inn for the most part. You aren't assailed by any drunkards or anything of that nature. The bard goes on saying tales.
Pay him to shut up.
My
Bard,
weaver's been
shut up.
listening as his tales have.
You have?
Mm.
Okay. Roll a d24 3 times.
Holy shit!
What's the 24?
That's how much money he steals from you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, what's the
Total of that?
I want 3 distinct
It was
results.
21, 9, and 10.
Okay. He's saying tales about the hound.
Okay.
You catch, he says, and the hound makes its lair deep within the sunken fens. Okay, there's one thing you catch. What was the next one?
That was the 21?
Yep.
Then the 10.
Okay. And oh, the Jarl's ill advisor, I shall speak very softly, for we all know the beast follows his commands.
Oh my god.
Okay.
And then what was the other one?
9.
And oh, there's the noble, mighty king, the Ulfhenar, the ancient tomb, hidden to the north. He was known as Wolfslayer.
Gotta find that king.
Okay.
He sees that you've been listening for a while, and he puts out his hat.
Yep.
Yep.
I gave them a silver piece.
Silver piece. Wow. He says, "Well,
Yeah.
let me compose a ballad in your honor, sir."
You just rolling in a Hummer.
He says,
What's your name? Dong?
Mike.
Dog.
Gong? First it was Dawn, then it was actually Donnie, and now
"And
it's
what is your noble trade?"
Gong.
Donnie?
you know.
Weaver.
A weaver.
He's
And I am a weaver of song. And he sings a great tale. Roll one more 24.
That was a 9 again. Oh,
Reroll. Yep.
2.
Okay. He concludes the song. You feel enheartened. You've never had a bard sing in your honor before. He calls you Donnie the Generous.
Dog is hardened.
Yep.
Stereo.
And he says, your ears seem to perk up whenever I mention the hound. He says, you clearly are not one of Herot. You are a traveler, yes?
Yeah.
He says, I've been hearing the Mad Widow, Yamei. She has some method to trap the hound. But, of course, such rumors always pop up about that old lady. A favorite activity of some of the boys in the area is to see if they can touch her hovel and then run away without being cursed, turned into a toad of some sort.
Touching her hovel.
Yeah. 80 nods, yeah. Well,
Yep.
I think
Yep.
I've had my share of mirth tonight. Good day. And he packs up his loot and starts leaving.
Alright.
So did beggar have to pay double for the room as well?
Double for
No, as just double for your dinner. As much as the as much as this man's heart is broken, he couldn't quite bring it himself to charge double for this crutch beggar to stay under his roof.
2 crutches,
Yep.
twice the price.
Okay.
2 rums.
Alright, so is everyone going to rest for the evening?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The group outside, I will take
Is now surrounded by
I will take
jackals.
fortitude. I will take fortitude saving throws for everyone sleeping outside of the palisade.
Except for Snoopy.
No,
Sloopy.
that
Especially
includes
Sloopy.
Yeah, definitely.
He's naked on the side by now.
The D20?
10.
Okay.
It's a D20 for you, right?
Is it
Yeah,
D20?
it's a D20. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of D20. 14. Wait, you said 42?
Yep.
Yep. So
That's
D20.
13.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
Where am I?
It was an extremely uncomfortable night, but none of you have come down with a fever or chills or anything of that nature. And at dawn, the gate opens.
Sloopy wakes up.
The commander of the Night's Watch comes out and says, "My God, or by the gods, you risked great injury.
We are brave travelers.
We must be blessed.
We had to
Yes,
see the beast.
You are cut of different stock from most of those near here. There's no doubt.
Perhaps the gods favor us.
You may now enter the city. I insist that we get out of this cold."
Out this town.
Yes.
I don't remember going to sleep.
No. In fact, yes. I was given a report of what happened. Well, I'm sorry. Your name is.
Sloopy.
Your name
I'm
is-
sorry, Mr. Sloopy, but Mockle and Naven were just following their duty, and you were potentially weakening the structure of our fortifications.
Oh. Okay.
But, yes, please, come inside. Okay.
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 So, whenever you guys want to wake up at the inn, the rest of your characters have come into town. If you paid for a room, you are given a spot in the stable of the inn for any livestock as well. Because I know no one really factored that in, but since you paid for rooms, I think was anyone? Yeah, you sent all the animals inside of town, so they have not. Okay, yep. Then it is the morning after a sacrifice. So 2 nights from now, another will need to be made.
Okay. So we hire a few members of the town looking to make some cash. We've got 16 of us.
Yeah.
We get some shovels,
I got
picks.
got one shovel.
There we go. And we dig like a pit around this sacrifice
What if
spot.
the wolf jumps out of it?
We gotta dig deep.
What if it jumps?
And then we gotta move stones like
Actually,
over the pit.
We saw it. He did jump on it, right? He jumped on the altar. Did he touch the ground? Did you just
At
land?
some point.
You just land straight in that body and then you just get out of there?
What if he's smart? What if he's a clever wolf and he's like, that's a hole. I'm not jumping in there.
We'd have to cover it up.
yeah, it'll be covered.
What if
All
he's-
around it.
What
Just
if he's
covered up all around it. Yeah, I mean that's
Wouldn't it be more?
could work.
Yeah.
This isn't like an unheard of concept.
Sure.
It's a pit trap. But we don't want to kill it.
Why?
Because then it'll just
Respawn.
float away. Yeah, it'll respawn. Sure.
What words is this? Black magic you speak of.
I know. It sounded like. Did we hear what? Did you share the crazy
Not yet,
song?
no.
Okay, then I have nothing to say about this song.
The Weaver
oh, yeah.
hears you speaking over this plan. It says that bard last night said some interesting things in his song. Did any of you listen?
Out with it, dog.
Yeah.
It was actually Mikey who was listening.
They're all dong.
Dong 1. Dong 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I tell them of the things I heard.
Sounds like we need to go to this mound
Yeah,
and
mound.
get
You
that
gotta dig up
to
that,
get that spear.
dig up that hovel.
That's where the tomb is.
Yeah.
And why has no one gone to get this spear?
Well, from what I heard, it sounds like this is a conspiracy of sorts.
Maybe it's sacred to them.
Conspiracy.
Maybe they hold it most valuable.
Well, one of his advisors controls the beast. What does that mean?
Wait,
What would the bard mean by that?
Wait, say again.
That's just public information.
The Jarl controls the beast? That's
No,
what they're
one
saying?
of
The
the-
Jarl's advisor.
Does the Jarl know this?
I have no idea.
How does the bard know?
Who
but
knows
not
if the
Jarl?
bard-
Where the fuck is this bard?
Who knows if the
We're
bard
gonna
is
find this
telling
bard.
me-
He's coming with us.
The bard left.
He's gonna tell the Jarl this story.
Why? Yeah. The Jarl needs to hear this.
Is the bard in the inn?
No.
He's gone.
He's gone. He left in the middle of the night.
No, it's day.
I bet.
So he already this morning. He's already.
He he took his remember he
Yep.
took his stuff after he finished. He says I've had it for now.
Yep.
And he left.
He performs at places. I'm assuming we should.
So he
ask
didn't
the
leave in the
innkeep.
middle of the night like the town.
We should,
he's
he's
got to be
somewhere in town.
somewhere.
We
Yeah.
should ask the innkeep.
Split up. Find the bard. Priority 1.
Okay.
And are we also looking for hard bodies to dig?
We got 16 of us. What hard bodies do we really
Well, if
need?
there's just some big conspiracy and this one guy controls the beast, it's a lot easier to just kill that guy.
Yeah, just have him stop controlling the
Right.
beast.
That's so much simpler.
What are these people doing auctioning off people? Like,
I don't. It's like public knowledge.
They're not
Maybe
even
just
auctioning
tell
out.
the
Nobody's
Jarl.
even
Yeah.
making money.
Alright, let's find this bard. And
Maybe there's some former ally who's
Find the
bitter.
bard. We will beat the info out of him if
Okay.
need be.
Okay, my men. What?
My
One of each.
My
of my
men
A
will-
little contingent, little
Your squad.
little squad.
No, we'll act as runners. We'll contact. We'll have one. We'll all split up with you guys.
Yeah, we're all splitting up.
Be wary of the gravedigger. You may put that bard in the
What's
ground.
that mean?
What does
He's
that
one-
mean?
Wait.
He's one of the gravediggers.
I mean, I'm a great.
That's the one who has a shovel.
Theodon is a gravedigger, but
Don't kill the bard. We gotta talk to him.
no, we'll just rattle some sabers at
That's
him.
your plan.
That's the plan.
I thought all of you heard the song.
Is the innkeep still around?
I was drunk.
Of course he is.
Nos is gonna walk up to him, and say, "Hey, who was that bard last night?"
Who's hey?
Yeah.
Who's Nos?
Nos is one of my men.
No, I know, but which one is he?
He's my outlaw.
Approach my counter.
Oh, you got some personality.
He does. He has 13 personality. That's his cult-like appearance, I guess.
He's got no strength.
No strength or agility. He's got a long sword or short
It's
sword.
like
What was the last time you played Nos?
Nos Killian, right?
Nos killing that was he turned into talking to Davidson and he blew him up on the
Oh,
space
right. I was
station.
talking to Davidson. Right.
He was Nos in the U.S. and then he made the persona in Japan.
Yeah. And his cult.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we all died in that space station.
That is Lore.
Glory,
Yes.
where do you live?
Yeah.
Where he lived.
Where are you? Who's
In
the
town.
most dangerous man?
I rubbed 2 coins together and set them on the bar.
2 copper coins.
So you'll be having breakfast then.
Okay.
Alright.
Are there other people in the inn?
In the morning, 1d12.
Not
3.
There's 3 other people in the common room right now.
Nos shouts over his shoulder. His name's Laurie. He lives in town.
Who?
Who are you?
Does anyone know
Lore.
where Lore? What?
Lore.
Does anyone know where Lore is?
Someone just turns, says, "Oh, the bard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a few houses down from me. I'm Fenwick."
So where would that be?
Says, "Let me finish my breakfast and I'll take you over there."
Alright. Just like 16 people just crowded around.
Yeah, like,
Wait, no, wait.
Okay.
We could ask him about the bard story.
No, I want it from the horse's mouth.
Fenwick finishes his breakfast.
Master of information in this town.
Take us
My,
from
what a
here.
troop you all are. Do you intend to do something about the hound?
You could say that.
Oh,
We are,
wonderful! Finally! Someone's taking action. Good. Well, if Lore, the bard, is important to this quest, then I will be happy to escort you to his home.
He's very important.
All right, let's get moving. Fenwick leads you.
16.
You really cracked open this case by listening to that bard, man.
Yeah, I was just like.
We were gonna go into this
Oh,
fucking tomb.
We were gonna dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
Just imagine it.
Yep.
Just the thought.
Okay.
dangerous.
He takes you to a poorer part of town. He says, try to avoid going in there. He points out to a flop house. You see a sign that says the Three Rats. He says, it's like the Wolf Spear, but...
Slippy just starts walking towards him.
Poe takes note.
like the Wolf Spear, but certainly
Lower glass.
more lice and more lumps
Mm.
in all the wrong places.
Slippy keeps turning to go north.
Lumps in all the wrong places.
He puts his spyglass out.
So,
Oh yeah, he's gonna be looking for lumps.
Yeah, but all right. He, I believe, with a fair measure of certainty, that is Laurie's house right over there.
All right,
Let's get knocking.
let's get knocking.
Feels a little
This
intimidating.
Good.
No. Here,
Alright.
I'm a people person. Let me knock, and we don't have to all crowd around.
Do we see you as a people person?
I'm wearing a leather armor and a short sword, and I am an outlaw.
You're
That
like
seems
killing
not at
people
all
person.
like one. My blacksmith will knock on the door. He's the people person.
Actually, the beetle. And we all got people.
Oh, we do.
People's.
We don't need to
the
be a
beetle
people
does
person
have a
for
really good personality.
We don't need a people.
Actually,
person.
this guy's got an even better personality.
Really?
Finn.
So you knock, Phil?
Yeah, I do.
You do.
I do.
I mean, I'm knocking at the same time. My
We're
arm
all,
is
we're all knocking.
Open up!
Nos doesn't care if dog is knocking at the
In
same
the name
time.
of
He's
justice.
knocking.
Okay. So who's really knocking? Everyone?
I am the one who knocked.
Give me the I need the canon version, not just.
Sloopy's definitely not,
Alright.
but spyglassing it right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking. He's like looking through the window. And
How about Finn?
Yeah.
Alright, Finn, go ahead.
Okay, I'll just.
Actually, you talk to this guy. Put your weaver up there.
Well, yeah, my weaver.
There you go.
Nos is just gonna stand next to him with his arms crossed.
I knock soft.
Oh, good lord! What time is it? Just a moment. You hear footsteps.
that him?
Does he have like women?
You don't know.
Does he have
Doors
women?
closed.
Does he have behind
Is
the
that
door?
him?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. He you hear like a bolt being moved. He opens his door and peeks out. Oh, it's you,
Yeah, I apologize for disturbing you.
Donnie the Generous. Well, it is. Yes, it is not barding hours right now.
It's talking hours.
Oh my! It's all these people.
They're all very eager to figure out this hound problem,
Oh,
and your story piqued their interest. Or your
well,
song.
yes, that is what I aim to do. Well, look at all of you. I don't think I have room in my home for all of you.
Then we'll talk here.
That is very likely.
Now, you told him
All right.
that one of the Jarl's advisors controls this hound.
Oh, yes. Silaroo.
You know his name?
Oh, of course.
My God! Not expecting that.
This is rather embarrassing. I heard this secondhand, but
As many times how we do.
one would think, that Silaroo is known to be a very crafty, cunning man. It has been said that, well, surely this hound's timing is at the behest of one of his schemes. There's few men in town that are not well liked, and Silaroo is one of them.
And you are publicly
No,
singing
this-
about this man's involvement in the worst crisis in this town's history.
It was the wine was in me. It was ill-advised. I agree.
So like,
Is he behind the hound? Probably not. No. But
Who heard it firsthand if you heard it second?
Yeah, who'd you hear it from?
oh, that I can tell you.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Who's your source?
We got some more knocking to do.
I think this is
That would be Master Jenkins.
Master Jenkins.
He is a
Leroy.
he is a mainstay at the Three Rats.
Of course, the lumps and
Sloopy's
He's the
expecting him
boss
to-
of a little group, you might say. Little.
swamp jackals.
Sure. Yes, that sounds about right.
Swamp rats.
No, yes.
Swamp rats.
I did hear it from him. Sad to say.
Did you believe him?
As a bard, I sing what provides a living, and it was irresponsible because no, I personally do not think that such a horrible beast would be summoned by.
But you said he was crafty.
Yes, he is known to be
Song.
And
the
this
song.
beast is,
Also crafty.
yeah, it's magical in some way.
We fear that it is. Yes.
Does
So it's
anyone-
not impossible.
No, certainly.
Perfect. That's all we need.
We only have 3 days before another person dies.
We have 2 days.
Did
Are we gonna be
Sloopy
chasing
tell
down this
us
tall tale?
of what he saw when he was out there?
Probably not.
That the beast only murdered the girl but didn't eat any of it. Did you? Would Sloopy have told?
No.
Would they have as a group? Because they would have been
I
there.
mean, yeah, why not? We would have practiced it.
And if anyone mentions that, the bard will say, "Oh yes, that is common knowledge. That the beast seems to kill out of pleasure from the murder itself, not out of sustenance.
Well,
A truly
ask you
wicked
this.
creature." Yes.
If we were to publicly accuse this advisor of his involvement, do you think the town would rally behind that?
In hopes of
That is
an
that
answer.
is no small question, you ask me.
I just need an answer.
Well, the Jarl relies heavily on him. The people do love and follow their Jarl.
You said he was not well liked.
No, the Jarl.
The advisor.
The
Yes.
advisor.
Yes, but the Jarl
Yes.
The Jarl listens to him very carefully. So, I believe, no. I do not think the town would follow any sort of lynching attempt or violence against
Without
the
some
advisor.
sort of-
Not without evidence, of course.
does he ever make any public appearances?
The advisor? No, he very rarely leaves the Great Hall.
Where does he live?
In the Great Hall.
So you're just spreading lies that you don't even believe. And the public isn't even
I've had
interested in
enough-
hearing.
I've had enough of your
This
lips.
is the most ill-advised barding I've ever heard of.
I have already apologized, and if every bard spoke with a tongue of silver truth, there would be none left in the profession who could pay their rent, and he slams his door.
Let's go find Master Jenkins. He'll give us the lowdown.
So this is a fool's errand, I think. The bard said it himself. He was just
Well,
telling a story.
Well, then he was just telling a story about this tomb. So what are we gonna do? Are we back
But-
to the digging plan?
Yeah, the bartender also
Or the
mentioned the
sunken
wolf
fen.
spear. He also mentioned that too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Of the
He
Ulfenar.
mentioned the legend of the.
So
wolf
we
spear.
have more than one.
That's why we need to corroborate with Master Jenkins.
Okay, let's make one more stop, Master Jenkins, and see what he's got to say.
Let's all pound on this guy's door.
I think we gotta intimidate him.
But we've never met this guy.
Yeah, we don't know what kind of guy. Let's just go make
He's gonna meet us today.
make a good show for us.
Master Jenkins was the one who told him originally.
Right. He didn't tell us where he lived. Oh, the
No.
sunken rat.
The sunken rat.
Wait, wasn't it
So
the
I
three
mean,
rats?
what would you
Three
gain
rats.
from just telling this nonsense?
What would who gain?
Master Jenkins.
We gotta.
He's the leader of the swamp rats.
Yeah.
He's like a.
We're not,
That's what this gang does. They just go around and like, hey,
slander.
this nonsense.
He could be speaking nonsense.
Yeah.
This guy
Who
sounds
knows
like,
what his motives are?
sounds like a hard fellow. I
He
bet he
hangs around
tells
in
the truth.
a lice house.
You know, let's stop talking about him and start meeting him.
He would know.
Start talking to him. Alright,
He
fine.
would know for sure whether or
Alright,
not.
let's go to the sunken rat and find this beggar king.
3 rats, yep.
Yeah, the lumps.
The swamp rat, the lump rat.
Master Jenkins and the rats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have to go.
No.
Okay.
Children trouble.
That's a large gathering, or a large percentage that must They will be present, but they will be
I
silent.
say, do you expect to finish this?
No.
No.
No,
I thought I was
not.
say, I was
This,
like, so
this
I'm-
could be like
We're
a.
about to talk to fucking Master Jenkins.
Unless this is the end of the whole
Well,
thing.
if for some
Yeah, he's the
reason,
final boss.
I mean, my character stuff is still
This
here.
isn't even the primary
so,
quest hook. This is like something
just
no one
a-
would ever
you
pursue.
You don't know that.
Oh, there's a-
It's just a minor hanging on.
The only thing that's planned is going into that dungeon.
Yeah.
You don't know this. You don't know this.
Yeah.
But,
Godspeed, Bert.
Yep.
I'll let you know if you have any XP or not. But,
Yeah, already. Yeah, I mean, my guys are there.
All
Okay.
4 dogs are
Any
going
deaths?
to
Oh yeah, they are the
They're going
they're
to
the cannon fodder.
I'll star the guy
Yeah,
less
star
cannon,
yeah, star one.
less
rank them in order of
less cannon fodder.
Alright.
So like
There you
yeah,
go.
Who
1,
do you love the most?
2.
Sophie's
Who's the greatest
Yeah.
of your zeros?
So 1 is best, 4 is worst.
All right.
There
Dog
you
is
go.
most important.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dog is the least important.
Dawn 4. Dawn
the
4.
worst.
Okay.
See you, Mary.
Yeah.
Dog is most important.
Alright. You find the 3 rats, as it was pointed out to you by Perkins, or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Jenkins, yeah, something like that. Okay, yeah.
This guy's in the quest.
Yep. You see like a cockroach like skitter out from like a basement window, like as you approach. Yes, he's got his spyglass. He's an elf. That doesn't think you picture like his long golden hair.
Yep.
But like,
Like Sloopy is an elf?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is more
Makes
absurd.
it better.
Yep. Okay. It's practically dead right now. There's like a man kind of scratching his head idly, and then he goes to that and then like seasons some eggs. Says, "Oh, good day. Welcome to the 3 rats.
We're looking
Boy,
for.
look at all this business." He brushes off his shoulders. Welcome. Welcome.
Well, business is yet to be decided. We're looking for Master Jenkins.
Oh, well, yes, he is here most often. Say come back and around dinner time, he'll be here.
Where is he now?
I don't have the faintest. I think sometimes he leaves town, as a matter of fact. He's one of the few brave enough to do so.
What kind of man is Master Jenkins?
He's a good man. Good man. He sometimes buys rounds for other people.
Does he have any known associates?
Well, of course. It's no secret. He's the leader of a little group. Their names are a little bit hazy.
Is there like a bar for the like door, like a bar latch?
Yes.
No, it's just the bar latch.
What is this?
We need information about Master Jenkins.
Yes. Why don't you start by opening my latch?
Yeah, there's no need for this. He's being quite cooperative. This, Sir,
What's your name again?
I'm Ogden.
Arden.
Yes.
I'll unlatch the door.
There. That's better. Let in the fresh air.
I'm Finn.
Now, so long as we're just talking,
Noss steps outside to take some breath.
Finn.
Yes.
Good. Hail, Finn. Why don't you throw down some coppers and we can talk?
So
You can
that's
get
the
your-
price of talk around here.
Yes. Well, I'll pour you some ale too.
Close the door. Or the door latch.
0 copper. Hold on.
0 new yen in the dungeon crawl classic.
You're gonna get some lumpy ale.
Get some lumps in
Just,
here.
I'm not gonna order anything green. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Alright, fine. So this Jenkins, he's a leader of the. What did you say they're called? Swamp rats?
Feeding him
Making
answers.
this up.
I'll put down, what's it? I'll put down 5 copper.
Okay. Yes, the swamp rats.
Just he's gonna agree with everything you say.
There's Master Jenkins, Jenks for short. Don't ever call him Jenkins.
Jenks? Alright.
Why the fuck did the bard...
I think he just calls everybody like Master, like, oh, Master Baggins.
Anyway, there's Jenks, Oline the Imp,
Who?
Catkins, Wee Toes, and Wolf.
Oh, Wheat Toes.
There were some more of them too that used to hang around, but I haven't seen them lately. I wonder. They weren't on the sacrifice ledger, I don't believe. Well, anyway, those are the swamp rats.
What do they do?
Yeah.
Like
Well, they're professionals, contractors, any odd job. Yes.
Do you know what they're working on most recently?
Drinking here for the most part and trying to gamble well.
And none of them you know the location of.
I don't ask about these things. They come here to drink.
You know quite a bit about them.
I mean,
so.
are they like here every day? Like.
Oh, yes, I assure you. Come back later this evening, and I'm sure you'll run into them.
Alright. I want to meet this Wheat Toes.
Wee toes. That's
What?
like small. Wee toes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wheat toes. Got toes of wheat.
He gets that a lot, actually, but yes, wee toes.
Okay.
I mean, we can just come back
Is that all
later.
you need to know?
Well, from this guy.
You
This,
wanna
you
know,
think
like,
this guy's gonna tip him
see,
off?
what did we just...
Did that go under the...
What's all this then, Ogden? The voice says. And you see, coming through the doorway are 4 figures.
Ooh.
Is it the Catman?
Catman.
Is it Catkins, I mean?
Oh, Master Jenks.
Oh.
Wonderful timing. This throng was inquiring about you. Oh, well, surely you're not from here. Well, I'd love to be of service. Let's put some tables together and create a conference, yes?
Alright.
Alright. Master Jenks, Oline the Imp, Catkins, Wee Toes, and Wolf push some tables together. Wolf seems to really enjoy Sloopy's spyglass. Says, oh, fine craft, yes. And,
He just like puts it right next to me.
yeah. Master Jenks sits at the head of the table and allows you guys to just kind of fill in. And he says, oh, yes, dark times, but we'll get over them. So it'll just blow over like a storm. But, boy, did not think I'd live to see such days. What can I do for you? Oh, I need something to drink. He goes to the bar, comes back with a tall glass, and starts sipping it and says, now, what were you going to say? Oh, God.
We heard from a little birdie
Yes.
that you believe one of the advisors to the Jarl is responsible for controlling the beast.
First of all, mate, really only one advisor that matters, and that, hopefully you've heard his name.
Oh, we did.
Often I forget. Silly-roo, yes. Silly-roo, yes. Yes, what about Silly-roo?
Is that what they call him?
So Sil, S-Y-L-L-E space R-U. Silly-roo. Silly-roo. Yes. What about it?
You said that he's responsible for controlling the beast.
Oh yes, of that I am quite convinced. I mean, you just take a look at the man, you know he's evil.
And are you willing to publicly, what's the word?
Denounce?
No.
Proclaim? Accuse?
There you go. Publicly accuse him.
No. The Jarl would be most displeased with me were I to.
What if he was controlling him, as you believe? Would
Well,
the
yeah,
Jarl reward you for your...
There's a lot of hidden forces in play here.
Is the Jarl complicit?
Oh, that's the crux of the matter. I mean, Jarl's led the town very well for quite some time. And, I think it might be more that Silroo paints a certain picture that the Jarl believes, and that picture certainly wouldn't involve his control of this beast. No.
So, if your name came up in the lottery,
you're about to be sacrificed. You're not going to say, "Hey, wait."
Oh, that's quite an interesting idea. Sacrifice. Tell you
Being sacrificed.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
what I would
Sounded
do.
it.
And it's between friends, okay? What's your name?
Artemis.
Artemis, okay. Artemis, what I would do, I would go out there, meek as a sheep, let them put me on that altar, and
Let him ravage me.
no. The moment they return back to town, I would have my boys cut me loose, and we'd be away from there before the beast would show up.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd be off the list, find somewhere to disappear for a while. Once this all blows over, come back, and it'll be my miraculous resurrection. As the wolf is gone, so I return.
Have you done this?
No, of course not. I have not been chosen.
So you believe there's no repercussions if the sacrifice isn't
Oh
taken?
no, I believe there's repercussions, but I'm not willing to stake my life for the mean average of the town.
What do you think the repercussions would be?
The wolf would attack the town until its bloodlust is sated, of course. But that's not my problem.
Because the Jarl's advisor would command the beast to do that.
Yes, but I don't quite yet know why. I'm working on that.
What if we rigged the election box
So
to
do
put
you
the
have-
advisor in
Do
it?
you have
It's
any
a very
info-
interesting idea, but you will need some lockpicking skill.
I have none.
Well, then good luck getting to
Even
the
your outlaw?
box.
I mean,
You're Alan, right? But anyway, so do you have any reason to believe this whole
Now, the Hound
conspiracy besides the way he looks?
I mean, where did I hear about this?
I think you're just prejudiced.
Well,
Is he?
Let the man speak.
there are theories. We have many competing theories. Father Beacom will have you flail yourself in penance in the streets until our sins are forgiven by justice. Yeah, there's all sorts of ideas floating around. I am just presenting one likely theory. I mean, it is known in many great tales of the evil advisor who orchestrates everything. And for the Jarl to just sit in his hall? his thanes, he and his thane should be out there fighting. So it must be Silaru. He must be behind all
Are the advisors exempt from the lottery?
this. As I understand, every person in town,
Including the Jarl.
including the Jarl,
How many lotteries have there been?
I mean, what would happen if the Jarl was chosen?
there's been, I believe there's been 4.
That would create
Oh,
no.
only 4. So this has
Yes.
only been going on for like 2 weeks.
Isn't it hereditary? Like the Jarl position?
I think-
Isn't it like a monarch?
I think so.
This doesn't make sense. If the Jarl was chosen, why wouldn't he just choose all of his knights to attack the beast?
Unfortunately for me, I would be in a bad position because it is also known that the Hound will only slay sinners.
And you are not one, of course.
No, I am a great sinner, and so I would be quickly devoured.
Who was not a sinner?
Oh,
That was
the,
not eaten.
the silent duo.
I suppose all of them have been unworthy. So I suppose if Father Biakum went out there, he would be safe.
We should put Father Biakum on.
Well, we could rig this in all sorts of ways. I'm tempted to put the advisor out there though, because that would really just put a seal on this whole debate.
We would have to get him out of the Great Hall,
So is this?
and we're peasants.
Just
Why would we have to get him out of the Great Hall?
Because he never leaves.
But if his name is chosen, the Jarl has to respect that.
Or if
Yeah.
it's rigged, then they just ignore it
well, if they know it's rigged,
Yeah, how would they know it's rigged?
because they rig it.
So
But
they
couldn't,
rig
but they
it.
couldn't publicly.
Yeah, how would they
admit
publicly do that?
That. They couldn't admit
You
that.
just have the
Jenks,
father
Yes,
is
yes.
a pawn.
can we hire one of your crew to help us lockpick this box?
If the pay is right, I believe we would be able to lend our services, yes.
Okay. How much would that take?
How much would that?
So we're only responsible for picking it open.
That's
You
correct.
take care of the rest.
That's correct.
We'd need to beat up those silent brothers.
Why? They're not always
Oh.
there. They weren't there when we first arrived.
Only because we made a loud.
Yeah, we banged it with a hammer.
3 silver pieces. We'll open that for you.
I can do that.
All right, excellent.
You got that kind of money?
I have 18 silver.
What?
I didn't
Yeah,
know, I didn't know
I'm
all
a
that.
traitor.
You betrayed us.
Promise me you're not going to write any of our names down.
No.
Okay.
Bigger fish to
Nope.
fry.
Then it is of your concern for me.
What if the names are written in a certain handwritings?
Yeah, do you know anything about the contents of the box?
Who writes the names?
Oh, no,
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Who writes the names? How do they get there?
How does this work?
How is
Because we were told that if we stay here a while, we have to submit our names. So who would we go to?
Yeah, let me check that.
And
We
is
really
it-
need answers on it.
Is it a public process? Like, does everyone in town get in a line?
We should be halfway through the dungeon by
No, that's, hey, this is the thing. It can take any length of time. You know, it's all. This is an extensive.
I mean, you
thing.
can't throw a situation like this at me.
We're really just trying to avoid
I know,
swamp dogs. As
No,
much as
I
possible.
enjoy going at
I mean,
whatever
I'm a-
pace.
I'm a trader and I sell fruit. Like, why would I go into a dungeon?
Yeah. The first swamp dog could be fatal to several of us.
So horrible.
The swamp jack.
It's a horrible fate. We can just be rigging boxes.
Looking at the swamp jackal sounds like a shitty
Oh,
garage
yeah.
band, like a dirty garage band.
Real dirty. Plenty of lumps.
Down in the bayou.
Okay, so how it works?
Yep.
The town scribe records each citizen's name on a strip of vellum, which is dropped through the slot into the strongbox. Blindfolded, the Jarl each time unlocks the strongbox and draws a slip, which is read by the town scribe and confirmed by the priest, Father Biak.
What if the Jarl has
Like
the
these-
slip in his hand and he pretends to pull from the box, but he doesn't?
What?
Sleight of hand. So it's always rigged.
That's irrelevant. We are rigging it. So we need to fill the box
With the Jarl.
with just one person's name. And I think we have to convince the town scribe to do it.
First, did you say who fills the box?
The town scribe records everyone's name on a slip of vellum, and a roster is taken of everyone, and then they're put in the box. And
Does
then the
someone
Jarl.
watch the scribe work?
It's public. It's all public. It's in the
But
square.
when-
Does the scribe like write on the spot?
Yes.
It's gonna be hard to rig.
Yeah, if he writes it right, then puts it in the box.
I mean, you
and
could
then
fill the
drawings.
box up
But
prematurely.
there's stuff in the box right now,
Is there?
Is there?
isn't there?
We don't
You don't know that.
That's what I was asking Jenks.
Oh. I suppose it would be empty.
So every time there's a lottery, he goes out there, they do all the names of everybody,
And then they put it in.
and then they put them in there one
And
by
then they
one.
draw.
They probably empty it at the end. Which would
Why did they do it one by one if they open it to have him draw it out at the same time?
Shake it up.
But why, why do it one by one?
So that you know there's no foul play.
But
Oh,
you
no.
could just open the box
No,
and
they're-
just...
ceremony.
The names are they do remain in the box.
Yes.
Hmm.
So they're done ahead of time.
Yeah.
How long are they in the
Yeah,
box?
there's like a little roster taken each time, but unless unless there's a name that needs to be added, such as in your case, good sir, depending on how long you stay, then no new names are required to be added. Yes.
We're guaranteed to be sent to that.
Nah,
wolf.
not yet.
So, when a name is added, that's done ahead of time.
It would be done at the assembly.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
new names are added right then.
Yes.
Okay. So, if all the pre-existing names are in the box, we open it up, take all the stuff, go beat the shit out of the town scribe, and we get him to just write the advisor's name over and over and over, and put all that into the box, and then we're good.
I feel like we need to have the box unlocked a minimum amount of time. Because if we just unlock it, empty it, somebody comes by to check it while we're having the scribe write this. That's bad news.
True.
So foul play will be detected.
So I'm gonna have to hire this guy twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Unlock it now, unlock it later.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it's gonna be. There's probably gonna be blood on our hand. Because this scribe is not gonna do it willingly.
Well,
He's probably some old man.
maybe.
Yeah.
No.
Unless we can convince him of our plot and how evil this guy is.
No.
Because this guy is crafty and no one likes him.
And me
We were told that.
and true, he might not like it.
Right, he might not like
With
him.
the bard?
No,
The scribe?
the scribe might not like the advice.
That's true, it's worth a try. And if he does
And if he
like
does
it,
like him,
he's out.
He's out.
There are ways.
There's a new scribe.
okay. So Jenks, I need to hire your men twice.
All right.
Well, so
Do I get a deal?
So
Like five silver?
It's
if we're
like double the
convinced- if we're
rate.
convincing
So,
the scribe, we don't need to do anything.
we
in the
need
box, do
to. We need to
Yeah,
open.
of course we do.
Why? If the scribe is just writing Sealaru's name 100 times.
Because we can't triple the amount of things in the box. It has to look like it's the normal amount.
Who has the key? Probably the Jarl.
Yeah, probably the Jarl.
Alright, fine.
All right. So we're picking it open for you
Yep.
on 2 separate occasions.
2 separate occasions.
That's all there is.
That's it.
All
It'll
right.
probably be the same night, right?
Of course.
And it doesn't take that long to write this guy's name
Five.
a bunch of times.
5 silver square with me.
Alright, I'm going to pay you right now.
Right. So I take it then. Tomorrow night.
Before the next drawing.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, then we'll just stretch our legs out and be prepared.
Okay.
Let's find the scribe.
Yeah, we should locate him.
You know where the scribe lives?
Oh, I'm sure he's in the Great Hall.
Yeah.
We might as well just kill the fucking.
Well, we don't know if he's...
Yeah, we don't know if he's good. That's why we're doing the whole plot.
Just in case it's also like the Jarl or, you know...
Yeah, we don't know what's going
Rip.
I don't know what's
I don't know what's going
I don't know what's going on, man.
This is the Great Hall, huh?
I mean, maybe he must leave the
gotta
Great
leave.
Hall. But can he write when he's outside of the Great Hall?
You're saying
I mean, he
scribe lives in
can write.
Does he have the supplies to write, to do scribe work?
there? We'll give him
Does
some...
he have
We'll
the
give him
correct-
the supplies.
Does he have the correct vellum?
What kind of scribe does he bring that with him?
One who doesn't work away from home.
He has to buy the vellum from someone in town.
So we can buy it.
We'll buy it, and we'll
When-
buy
when
a
are we
quill.
accosting him? Could be at night when shops are closed. We should buy it ahead of time.
Well, of course we're gonna buy it ahead of time.
Alright. Just in case, we'll get it all set up.
Yeah. So half of us should go buy some vellum, and half of us should find out if this guy ever hangs out anywhere. Ask around town.
I like how every new campaign we play turns into the sprawl. If it's not like
Well, we're actually trying to do something good.
yeah, but it's still like the methodology of everything is just it's a sprawl.
Sprawl really changed us.
It leaves its signature on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The beggar can beg for information.
Yeah. I mean, you can hear stuff
Like the other
without
homeless.
really being noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
can
homeless
just,
network.
I can just blend in. I can get like the soup line. And stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I can just hear people talking.
Mm-hmm.
I like where they get vellum from.
Yep. We can casually talk about that.
Okay.
You know,
Just
Freddy.
you wish you could buy vellum?
Yeah.
Who do we want to start with? Up to you guys.
Well, I think we should secure the viability of the mission before we get ahead of ourselves. So I think
Secure
we're-
the
Secure the viability of the
That's
mission.
a very academic statement.
So
What do you mean?
Yeah.
determine if we can acquire vellum, if we can acquire ink, if we have a secure place to force this man to scribe shit out, where we can hold him
We
afterwards.
can find a place.
The 3 rats. 3 rats.
Yeah, no one's looking there.
No one's looking there.
Just root toes in
I mean,
the
we got
house.
Master Jenks on our side.
Yeah. And the whole swamp rats.
Don't question the viability of the mission.
Yeah, we'll just get those supplies. Okay, so go to like town square, get some stuff.
I mean, there's like gotta be one place that sells vellum and quills.
No, we're gonna have to.
Take it.
No, we can pay for it.
Alright.
Sell Sloopy's spy.
What was the other part of the mission besides the
We have to
vellum?
find out if the town scribe ever leaves the.
We gotta find a way to
Great
get
Who
Hall.
him.
would know that?
If he goes around town, people have seen him.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's not gonna be isolated in a fucking town hall or whatever.
Yeah, he's not a prisoner. Probably.
Yeah. All right. So we can all go to town square. Probably.
Yeah.
Where we want to
Just
be.
talking around. Just talking.
Okay.
We're just talking.
Just a big gang of people.
Just talking.
They are
Disperse.
gangs of New
Yeah,
York.
we gotta disperse.
A gang of outsiders to the town. Nobody knows.
Hey,
We're doing suspicious stuff, buying up all the vellum, asking after the scribes.
Not at the same
Disperse,
time.
yeah.
Not at the same time.
Known to be asking about the
Subtlety,
lower
man.
denizens of the town.
So he's just keeping an eye on the Great Hall. Looking up to this great wall.
Yeah.
House of the Gods.
From noon to night. Just
Yeah. Occasionally looking at the sun. Oh.
infravision.
Yeah, that's how humans get information. Look at the sun through a spyglass.
Okay.
Never change, Sloopy.
Yeah, he's great.
Alright. Well, back to town square. There is no lottery taking place right now, so that's that just means you have the average bustle of the day, which is significantly muted and pacified by just the, whole crisis of the Hound and all that. So it's still, for the most part, subdued, but there are probably about 24 people in the marketplace right now, taking a look at various wares, and there are the tradesmen of the town here to peddle their wares.
Okay.
Right now, you see a number of tradesmen. Let's generate them. Okay, the glass worker Marius is here. Neil the miller has brought some of his recent brews. There's a baker selling bread. Oid Towson has some of his recent carpentry out. A tanner, and that is all who are out here right now.
Okay.
There's no
I'll
violent
go over
weapon.
to the tanner.
All right, Morage. Good day.
Hello. I'm
Oh, a
looking.
halfling. Or is this over?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm looking for some vellum.
Oh, yes. At times, I take some of my skins for that express purpose. Really, the only two in town who make use of it are the chapel and the Great Hall. Although it is, I do press it and prepare it for their purchase. Yes.
Do you have some available?
Oh well, yes. It's rare that I have the opportunity to make sales other than to Father Biakum or Silaroo. So yes. How much would you like?
What's the size of this town?
Maybe 300 people.
Okay.
Enough to fit
Slowly.
300 names out and put them in the
Slowly dwindling by one every 3 days. Yeah.
Right. I don't know the size of the strips, so that's a problem.
Well, yeah.
What do you think? Like 4? No, maybe it's got to be more than that. Like 6 per sheet of vellum.
How big is this strip?
I don't know.
Does he know? The guy selling it?
That's suspicious as hell.
That'd be immediately.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, I just wonder, like, dimension-wise, like, can you tell us, like,
Maybe
how
like
big is
50.
this sheet?
How about 50?
Sure.
50.
So like 50 of these
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 8 bolts. Okay. Yes.
It'll cost 5 gold.
No.
Spyglass would definitely be sold. Actually, the short bow would probably be sold. We don't need that.
Bolts.
We need vellum for schemes.
Going to the marketplace.
35 silver.
You say 5 or 35?
35 silver.
You said you got a lot, though, right? Or you said you got 18?
Well, now I have 13.
Yeah.
Oh my
Vellum.
God.
Creating vellum is not it's not the most efficient way to use leather. You have to.
Yeah.
So it's valuable. You're asking for a good deal.
Yeah.
Oh no, 35. That's still. Hold on.
That's still worry.
Wait, they're
No,
wasting this
20
much development
sorry.
for 3 days?
24. 24.
No, it just take one. 20.
24 is the. Meant to say.
Oh yeah, so we did it once. Yeah.
Maybe
Uh,
we start a tab.
I think if I pool all my resources, I have 26 silver.
Okay.
So,
Is that doesn't include your weapons.
how much does merch
No.
have altogether?
Oh yeah! Fuck! Yeah!
Sell all of merch shit.
Oh yeah, he was rolling all those 12s, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got
Sorry, merch.
7.
It's over for you.
How much silver does merch?
He's got like 12 silver.
We finally get to the
Done.
So I'll spend 12, and Mert will spend
Just
12.
wipe out his money.
Yeah, Dong is really contributing to this scheme.
I'm just gonna walk into that dungeon. Nobody's gonna have any weapons or clothes or anything. Everything will have been sold.
Great thing for the problem.
For paper.
And ink. It says,
Oh
no,
shit, we gotta go find ink.
And they don't, you know, octopuses aren't native to here.
I think these other materials,
Done.
like, I don't know, flowers, I don't know. Flowers, rock.
What if
What's
people use
Artemis's
octopuses
intelligence?
for ink?
17.
Oh, he's certainly literally.
I think
Like,
more
yeah.
things like in
Yeah.
Middle Ages, like lapis lazuli.
Lazuli?
I don't know how you pronounce it.
Lapis lazuli.
What's a
Well,
lapis?
Justicia, bless you. This is the greatest order I've placed in quite a while.
What's a rock?
The rock that's
Well,
used to
I
make
have
ink.
many
There used
fine
to be
plans
ink
for this vellum.
Well, may it serve you well. And he hands the bolts over to you.
Okay, all of them will take them.
Yep, of course he will.
Yeah.
Don't drop them.
No. That would be a sin. Okay. Yeah, so now we need a quill and some ink.
That might be a little bit trickier.
Who the hell would sell that? That's like a nobody.
It's a specialty thing. We might have to steal it. Who's wealthy in this town?
Jarl.
There's got to be somebody else.
You know who?
Do you want to ask Tanner that? Or ask somebody that?
You know, it might not be suspicious to ask the tanner. Like, you're using this paper, obviously.
Yeah.
It's vellum.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
visitor to
He's
town.
inclined to you. You just gave him a
Right,
lot of
visitor
love.
town looking for the higher ups, the well-to-do folk,
Hmm.
those that are likely to do big business.
Or maybe just ask him where to buy some ink.
Well,
Yeah, I'll probably.
the Jarl, of course, is the greatest of us. I mean, Herat is a humble village, but the Jarl would have stores of wealth and his accumulated treasures in there. There's, of course, it's been told that the Hag has all manner of...
No, the hag.
Oh yeah, touch
You
her
never gotta
hovel.
touch her hovel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
all manner of esoteric things. I'm not quite sure how to sort out the rumors, how much of it is true or not. But despite her unfortunate reputation among the children, I'm sure she is quite the formidable individual. But I do not have the much dealings with her. And of course, there's the church.
Yes.
They were, of course, sought by many these days. The chapel is often packed with those seeking the salvation of Justicia, and it's the answer to this nightmare that we find ourselves in.
Right. Is there anywhere where I might find a quill and some ink to write some letters?
Perhaps the scribe, if you could convince him to lend you those, or Father Biakum. Again, the same three I've listed to you. They would likely have the implements, but
Including the hag.
oh, of course, I'm sure that she.
Surefire
Dude,
back.
we're gonna be rubbing her hovel.
There's all manner of things in that house.
Alright, thank you.
Yes, and well, I'm glad to see that there are so many newcomers to town. I think with
You gotta fill the gap.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
with a little luck, maybe you'll turn things around.
Let's
I
hope
mean,
so.
At some point, the town will probably reach a turning point where they
Don't name the
decide to
people.
take action.
Right.
'cause
Yeah.
But
We're just
you
trying to
have
spur
no
that along.
you have no idea when they reach that point. So
It'll just be all. But who it'll be? It'll be peasants versus the Jarl and his guard at that point.
okay, Arl's well loved.
So let's go to the hag.
for now. Is she the one we got rubbed on?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
got the quill and ink,
Alright.
and maybe she's got like some magical powers and she knows
She's
stuff.
the one with the hovel.
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta go touch the
Kids
hovel
are
and find
afraid of.
anchors.
Alright.
maybe we should just send Mert's character.
Who just our slap-jawed can't speak for himself. He's like, I will draw their souls out for a great bargain for you.
Okay.
You're all level 1 and all this
Nice.
Donnie says, I volunteer.
Dog
Yeah.
too.
I've been saying hag. Mad Widow is her
Oh, okay.
she's getting, but children call her a hag. So
All right. Let's mob
Violet.
up on her.
Violet
Let's
witch.
just 16 men just surround your hovel.
you actually get to go uptown.
Cover all the exits.
Her hut is in the shade.
see you.
Her hut is in the shade of the Great Hall, just down the hill from where it is. So
That was great.
Oh my god, that was the best. That was big. Big, because I was my main character was like named after the pencil brand, and then and then so my sister was Bick.
Terrified little girl.
didn't you have to go on a quest? You had to go on a quest to find her, didn't you?
Yeah, we went off into like,
When you
and she was
found
hanging
her.
out with a witch or something.
You found her in
Friendly.
his hut.
Yeah, and then this orc pops his head in. Oh, Bick, I see you! And she like leapt out the other side and like, chased her down. Yeah.
Perfect.
God, that was too fun for what it was.
All right. So again, huddled in the shade of the Jarl's Great Hall, the home of Mad Widow Yamei seems a world apart from the rest of Europe. No one seems to visit the lonely hovel, save for young boys testing their courage on moonlit nights. It is regarded as common knowledge that the widow Yamei is a hag or a witch of some sort, and that she may place a curse upon anyone that dares to cross her. So you see her hut. There's just a little plume of smoke coming out of the chimney, but it is within the town itself, so it's not like she's like out on the the swamp or anything like that. So
Swamp jackal.
yep. Who will come visiting? And much like in The Hobbit, where all the dwarves like fall in through the door and at Bjorn's, I want to know like if the whole congregation is gonna go up or if
There's
it's
a train,
send a
16-man train. No.
Train on this hovel.
Yeah. You're run in there. Single file train.
Not what I meant. Not what I meant.
No, I think that's.
We just have one
let's-
approach.
Yeah, let's just have
We
one.
just want ink from her, right?
Ink and a quill.
I'm getting cool. Maybe. I mean,
Right,
I
just
can
a
volunteer
simple-
one of my
simple-
men.
Simple action, I guess.
Hey, maybe-
personality.
Maybe shoot trust one of
Would you
your.
have the highest?
Finn has personality.
Yeah.
He's got pretty good
There you
personality.
go.
What's Finn again?
He's a forest. He's an elven forester.
Oh well, then hey,
a
that's probably
personality of gold.
like, there you go. I mean, that's
Alright.
bonus combination.
Do it.
Okay.
Knock firmly.
Okay. One moment. You hear some movement inside. Yamei. Y-M-A-E. She opens the door. She is, not the most attractive creature you've ever seen. Older, probably pushing 60. She has kind of long, lanky hair, bit of a hunchback, broad set, kind of a thin face where it's like her skin kind of stretches over the bone structure of her face and skull a bit, and says, "Oh, welcome, Master Elf. Oh, look at you.
Yeah. So
What business do you have with me?"
we were looking to acquire some ink and quills.
Oh,
I heard you might.
You say we. I only see one before my door.
We're all just behind
Oh,
him.
is that I turn around and say, "Well,
The royal we.
I speak on behalf of my company, but they've sent me here."
Oh, there is quite a company of you, isn't there? Well,
Is there?
If it concerns, well, I mean, how far away are they?
Yeah,
She's looking out.
Yeah.
Well, and this one is most inquisitive.
He's a natural learner.
That's exactly what he isn't.
If this business does concern all of you, then I shall welcome you all into my home. Come. I want to see Sloopy play Resident Evil 2, just like walking down the hallway with this.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, there's a zombie like 2 feet away from me. Okay.
Alright.
So she invites the whole gathering into her hut.
Alright.
Okay.
My 4 will go.
Yeah.
I'll assume Mert's 4.
Birds for. Oh, yeah.
They're in there.
Oh, they're in there.
Okay.
They
So,
climb through the windows.
Alright, yep. As you guys file in, the interior of the hovel seems oddly larger than its exterior would indicate. Lively fire burns in a fire pit in the center of the floor. A mottled cat sleeps atop a shelf laden with unrecognizable bits of dried animals. The widow takes a seat, grabbing a spindle and a distaff, and it seems that as she sits down, as she begins working, little flecks of flame escaping from the fire just links up with her threads as she continues sewing. Oh yes, I'm glad you like the craft. Yes, take a look.
Take a look.
All right.
He's looking.
Oh.
So you want?
He likes to look.
Yes, I have many bones that are quite suitable for quills. Ink, precious commodity. Yes, I would consider bartering it, but I'd like to know what you intend to use it for. Surely you are aware of this whole hound business.
Oh yes.
Yes.
It's most unfortunate.
While the townspeople are quite frightened by it, I have no fear of such beast. I would give him a swift kick were he to come to my doorstep.
Why do you not kick him on behalf of the village?
Well, I am safe so long as I am within my home, of course. She directs your attention to the fact that you see weaved into the thatched roof and patched mud of her hovel and in the walls, there are intricate patterns of some sort of silk or weave. The hair of the dead. This has created a barrier which the hound would never pass through. Quite a simple craft, but lost to most.
Could you make clothes in such a way?
Clothes? Why do you ask?
Why don't you do that on, like, the walls of the town?
Oh, I would need much corpse hair. There's not enough to go around. Our dead is consigned to the buyers on the hill near the Great Hall. We set their bodies to fire.
Oh, why?
Oh boy, I probably have a reason for that. Just a second. You burning people. Alright, the Skybeers. With the long, harsh winters leaving the ground frozen solid much of the year, people of Huret have taken to cremating their dead atop the ridge overlooking the village. Few days pass now without a plume of black of smoke billowing from the top of the ridge, marking the passage of another citizen. So it is just the custom, rather inconvenient as you've noticed. But yes, I suppose if I were to weave you clothes or a net of some kind, that could prove very difficult for the hound.
So
We're way past fighting the hound.
hold on.
Way past that, man.
You bought all his
Get with
houses.
the program.
How else can we escape the funnel?
I bought the film.
Alright, hold on. First.
We never even investigated any possibility of saving the town
I
through
bought the film.
normal means.
So why are you convinced that the beast would not penetrate this hair? Couldn't it just?
Oh,
like,
it's a very old tested magic. Many of our realities will change with the passing of moons and suns, but this barrier will remain so long as the hair does not rot away. And that would take many thousands of years.
God.
What do you think the beast is?
Yes.
Oh, a demon, certainly, of some kind.
And it's unkillable?
Oh, I never said that.
The town seems convinced.
The town will say any number of things about the beast. Sorting through the rumors, that is no enviable task.
Some say Silaroo controls it.
Silaroo. If he can create a spark with the end of his staff, I would be impressed. I doubt he's even capable of that.
What happens when you're picked for the lottery?
If the Jarl would dare to do that, that would be a very interesting evening indeed. He would never place my name in that silly box of his.
Why not? You're exempt?
They say the whole town is in
Does the
there.
town know this?
Even the Jarl's name is in there. They
Yeah,
say.
even the Jarl's name.
Are you saying the
Are you
box,
above the Jarl?
Are you saying the box is rigged?
Well,
Are you saying
No.
there's bias in the
in truth, I do not
process?
know if my name is in there, but I will just say I don't believe it's a coincidence that my name has not yet been drawn, and nor do I think it will be for a great many spans.
I mean, not that many people have been picked. I don't know if you can
No, I care not.
assume that.
I care not.
But let's say
Alright.
that your name was picked. Just for the sake of argument.
No, I enjoy theoretical discourse.
Yeah.
Would you slay the beast?
Would you kill it?
Do you know how to kill the beast?
How do you kill the beast?
Hold on.
Under certain circumstances, I may be persuaded to lend my efforts, yes, if such a situation occurred, perhaps. But I would be willing to do it for a handsome group such as yourself, make such restraints for the wolf, but of course I would expect payment.
Well, I mean, we're a merchant troop. We're not interested in restraining a beast.
Well, then
It was
you should-
just the discussion.
I
We
understand.
needed the quill and the ink.
Oh, yes, yes.
We got so far into asking about all of this. Like, whoa, we're not actually
One of-
asking about this.
There are properties to be derived from a living head of hair from one of these golden-haired elves. All of that should suffice in payment for some ink. And yes, quill.
How much hair are we talking?
Yeah, how much hair?
Oh,
was it?
every strand from your striking head.
Sloopy, how do you feel about
From
being
one
bald?
person?
Yes.
Oh, well, Sloopy, of course.
There you go. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, elves, let's all vote. And we just point to Sloopy.
I mean, he doesn't have any elves, right? Can we confirm that? Yeah,
He's
he
elfless.
doesn't.
Yep.
No,
Oh, yeah,
no,
okay.
no,
Okay,
no
just right now I'm
dogs.
bald on this.
Yeah, that would have been immediate.
Bald.
But I don't expect Sloopy to live out another day, so.
Oh, that's right.
Alright,
It's
Sloopy,
fine.
it's up to you.
Oh, yeah, he'll do it.
Okay. She takes a razor to Sloopy's head.
Kills him.
Haircut just opens his throat. Whoops!
Subdural damage.
There's a lot of ways to die, but this
So
is
terrible.
it is not quite that dark of a universe.
Good.
She just kills him in front of all of you guys.
That might raise some questions.
Yeah. Okay. Sloopy has just a few little nicks. You know, she didn't have like a fine precision blade, but she has indeed taken every strand of golden hair off of his head. Nice and bald elf with little
Bald
nicks, a few little cuts.
Spyglass.
And she says, "Oh yes, this will
Probably
make."
got like a little
excellent.
mustache.
Oh, does he have facial hair too?
Oh, yeah. Probably glued it on way back.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
all right.
Elves can't do that.
She
Thought it looked cool.
yeah, she like spools the hair. And says, "Oh, very fine quality." Yes. Okay. She finds a bone, just tosses it over. And ink gets up, and you guys get like a view of like her like underside as like her dress shifts a little. Oh god, yeah, it's not pleasant to look at. And,
Get right up in there.
oh boy. Yep. She
Yeah, it takes a good look at that hobble.
yes.
Oh,
it's-
Sloopy.
It's a little thick. I'd say 4 drops of water should get the consistency you need.
Okay.
All right. Hands you the little vial and says, "Well,
And we got a quill, right?
she's given you both."
Okay. All right. I think that concludes our business.
Yes. Now I must return to my arts.
Okay.
Sloopy's gonna have like a voodoo doll in this hut.
Oh yeah. He's fucked. Okay, so change of plans then. We rig the box with her name.
Oh my
Hold
And
on.
then she'll kill the wolf.
Do you think she'll turn on us? Will she know that we did it?
How can she prove that?
We bought vellum and bought ink from her.
Only ink.
It's true, we only bought ink.
And we asked, well, she probably would suspect us.
We asked her what would she do if she was drowned.
It was
Now
a
she's
theoretical
drowned.
discussion.
We should just write everybody's name on one piece of slip so they all have to go.
I mean, she's either gonna go with the
I
thing.
mean, we could go 50-50. You know what? Silaroo, it's just a rat's dream.
It's a rat's dream.
I've never
That's the
heard
subtitle of this one shot. Is Rat's Dream.
Yeah. Now this
I
witch,
agree, it's unlikely.
I
But the
believe-
witch,
It's a little more believable.
she
For
seems
some-
like
for
she's
some
got
reason.
some abilities.
Why do we think that?
Why else would she
She
shave
seemed
his head?
confident, but I mean, she
What if
could
she's
be
crazy? Yeah, what if she's just crazy?
Did I imagine like sparks going into her hand?
No.
No, they were.
You,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
what you saw.
See?
You witnessed that. It
And she
wasn't-
had
And
ink
it's pretty-
and a quill. I mean, no one else really has that, so
Big.
she's got to be.
It was big in there.
Yeah,
was
right.
big.
it was
It was
big.
big.
She's not. She can't
Big
just
owl.
be insane.
No.
Because otherwise, why would she have ink
Yeah,
and
how
a
could
quill?
she secure?
Yeah,
this
she's
thing?
fun.
got to
like
pay her
that.
taxes.
Yeah, she's
She has to eat.
All right. I mean,
She lives alone.
I like this better than Silaroo's.
Okay,
plan.
good. That's what
okay,
we're
so
gonna
we're
do.
just putting her name.
Do you want to do 50-50 at your bet? 60-40, 70-30?
What, her and Silaroo?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like
You
both
got the
plans
chance.
are just like, what happens? Okay, so say Silaroo gets pulled or doesn't get pulled, and we had put his name in. What would we do after that? What's our action?
What do you mean doesn't get pulled?
Like, because of rigging or?
Oh, he'll get pulled.
There's gonna be.
Then it will reveal the Jarl's hand, and we go after him.
Yeah.
But I don't think he has that type of.
Yeah, I mean,
ability.
if we believe that she's competent, that she's not crazy, then Silaroo has nothing to do here, unless she's evil.
Then she should die.
So we just gotta put her in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Alright.
That's
they'll
what we're
all
gonna do.
be happy to.
And we have to convince the scribe that like she can do this.
Oh, actually, it's a lot more believable. That's a much more believable.
She can
story
kill this
than
wolf.
Silaroo.
We just need to put her in the position.
Oh, and I was gonna say say she controls the wolf, and like have him go along with it. They'd probably believe that.
We're just gonna be
But
watching
then what do we gain
her
from?
out being staked. and
Why
then
would he
she's
think
just gonna get
we would
eviscerated
want
by
her
the
name to be pulled?
To kill her.
She wouldn't command the thing to kill her.
But what were we? So what were we gonna tell him with the Silaroo plan? Because that was the idea. Like we're gonna say he controls the wolf, and we're gonna write him down.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, we just want the town to turn on him, or just reveal the scheme.
But no one liked him. That was
No, you
that
think
was the
people
crux
like,
of
You
it.
think people like the witch?
What happens
I
if
don't know.
what happens if we do this and the witch just gets brutally executed by the wolf?
Oh, well then.
When we leave town, we go to the next one.
Move on.
Fucking
Go on, next-
investigate.
Job done.
This is an unsolvable mystery.
Mission accomplished.
We killed the witch.
There's nothing else we could do.
Yeah.
We tried everything.
Everything but going into the dungeon.
Okay. So now we just need to find info about the scribe.
Uh,
We just got to disperse and ask around.
Yeah.
alright.
You're not gonna tell an old man with crutches where the scribe goes.
Exactly. Exactly.
What's
You're
the scribe's schedule like during the day?
Now you're thinking.
Where's the scribe eat lunch?
When is he most isolated?
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. You're just gonna ask general townsfolk, or do you want to concentrate an area for your questioning?
Town Central.
You want to go back to the town square?
Sure.
Okay.
All these strangers in town asking about the
Yeah,
scribe.
they just move as this big amount.
Oh, he said disperse.
I know, disperse. We like over here, like the people like 20 feet over there, like ask the same question. Like, hey, you heard about the scribe?
Just imagine later this night, just like guards talking. Hear any rumors? Well, there's a lot of new folk in town asking around the scribe.
You know, we'll just have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone can lead with a character to go on reconnaissance info.
I'll lead with mouse.
Okay.
Sloopy.
No, it's probably gonna be Ovum actually.
Okay.
Actually, no, I think you're right. It is Sloopy. He has the highest personality.
That's just such a. Oh my god.
We gotta find the scribe.
Yeah.
We start with Sloopy.
Okay.
There's talk to one of the tradesmen, a guard, or just a typical like farming villager.
Oh God.
You're not obviously forced to talk to any of them.
Right.
That's kind of what your garden variety is in the town square.
Probably a guard.
Okay. This is one of the thanes. He's just coming through the town square. There's 8 thanes in service to the jarl, and he says, "Oh, hail!
Hey,
One of the newcomers."
yeah. I wanted to talk to the town scribe about something.
Town scribe.
Yeah.
Says, "Well, you'd be best served to go to the Great Hall, although I can't imagine what business you'd have with him. He has just a very set amount of road duties each day."
Well, he's my uncle.
He's my uncle.
Well,
He's like, he turns out to be like 18 years old, and you're like a fucking elf.
You're an elf. Yeah.
Bald elf walking around town.
You might
From
not
out of town.
Maybe you don't even look like an elf.
This is the Sloopy plan.
yeah. Says, "Well, he'll be at the Great Hall."
Does he ever hang out in town, palling around?
No, no, certainly. Of course, he's not confined there by any means, but why, no, he shares a bed, or he has a bed in the Great Hall, so not often does he venture.
Oh. Okay, thanks.
Take care.
So he's just writing and sleeping. Is that what you're saying?
Like, his job can't be that big.
16 hours a day he's just writing.
No way.
I mean,
No
depends
way.
if the Jarl has to
If he's a
communicate
monk,
with other people. I don't know.
This is like a town of 300
He
people.
might be copying books
Yeah.
endlessly.
I really don't want to plan an incursion into the Great Hall.
No,
We
we're
would get-
better off just bartering with the witch. Like, she could just shave all our heads and kill the beast.
Just want to barter an NPC to do the quest for you.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that before. But
Yeah, what if we should have? Should we have at least heard her offer? Maybe barter is cheaper than Valhalla.
She offered to make like restraints in the hair for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she offered to make like
she
a
didn't
bed.
offer to kill it
she
for
wanted
us.
to do it. Okay. All right, let's proceed. Okay, well that was just Sloopy's plan. So who else can? Where did he ask?
He has to guard in the town square.
Maybe we should go to the inn. Maybe that's where I'll try. I'll try the inn. Say like, oh, you're a subscriber on here. Take notes on this bar top.
Yeah, say you need him to like write a letter or something because you're illiterate.
Yeah.
Want to ask the innkeeper?
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably approaching dinner hour. You guys have done quite a bit today. Not quite, but Brogan Bull Haverson is always behind the counter.
Alright.
And you're going with your elf?
Yeah.
Okay. And just nods at you sullenly.
It's almost time for dinner again.
Another day closer to the next sacrifice.
Yes.
Real upbeat.
Say, do you have you ever seen the town scribe in here before?
Sigmundson. Yes, he likes to listen to lore sometimes.
How long has it been since he's been in?
A few nights ago.
You mean to ask him something?
Then I suggest you go to the Great Hall.
I hear he has a bed there.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He lies in it.
He lies. He just works for the Jarl.
Alright, well, I'll take that dinner.
All right. 2 copper.
Half that. No, it's just- fine.
Okay.
That was my idea. I got his name.
You did.
And then he might be here sometime. He's been here before.
Yeah, he's been there before.
But how long?
Well, we should have some people posted up by the Great Hall. See if he leaves.
Someone just wait.
Keep tabs on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poe, he can go bag around the Grand Hall.
Perfect.
He can panhandle by day and just keep an eye out without attracting too much suspicion.
Exactly.
Nos can lean up against some buildings.
Sloopy will just
Oh yeah, he's got his fucking
right in the street, right at the gate.
Okay.
Oh wait, we don't know what Sigmundson looks like.
No.
I mean, someone could go in there by day and just like actually go talk to him, like. in public.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, he's gonna look like a real literate motherfucker.
Yeah, you see in the eyes, like they've read things.
Oh yeah.
Those eyes have read.
What?
You can look, you can tell, like in his eyes, he's been reading.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
I hope.
So 2 people posted there.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take the lower of their luck die for that evening.
I got 10 luck.
You got 0. I need 0 mod.
Yeah.
Oh, I got 0 mod.
Then yeah, either one of you can roll a luck.
Do it up.
I don't trust
Let's
myself.
see it.
9.
Okay.
9.
You see a few, mostly of the Thanes and various household servants coming and going from the Great Hall. Maybe a few farmers bringing petitions to the Jarl. At no point do you get the feeling that any of these men or women are the scribe.
We've never seen the scribe.
No.
Few have.
You have.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next day
Let's read me.
we'll have someone go in to get like a letter written.
Yes.
Someone trustworthy.
Sure. And then we can see like what he looks like, where his office is, where his bed that he lies in.
Where he's.
Didn't you say one of you
Yeah.
guys is a merchant?
Yeah, I'm a trader. I
So
could do
you
it.
should be.
I
You'd
could-
be
I
the
could-
most convincing.
Yeah, probably.
Just say
But wouldn't that be I would be literate?
Would you be?
You don't have to be literate to be a
Are
merchant.
you?
Okay, I
I
guess
mean,
so.
what letter?
I will
would,
pretend
what
to be
letter would you
illiterate.
have written? Like, oh, I want
Like a
to
merchant.
send a letter to Lore. Like,
No, not in town.
Like to send out of town.
where do we come from?
Where do we belong?
Who are we?
Like,
Who am I?
We're lost
I mean,
one.
we could literally just have someone say, "Oh, I want to send a letter back home."
Yeah,
Wherever that is.
right.
You know,
We
just
don't know where that is though.
Doesn't
Makes-
matter. He's not sending it to the courier. He's just writing the letter.
Okay. So we can just make up a place. Where
Yeah,
they
it just
come
doesn't
from.
matter. Yeah,
But in character, our characters would know where they come from.
Yeah.
probably.
You can make up a name. I'm sure it's fine.
But out of game, we don't know.
Alright.
Slap town.
Yeah, Slaptown.
Alright. Beetle Bailey wants to write a letter back to Slaptown.
Perfect. Perfect.
Send this letter to Slap town.
Guards.
So you're gonna go to bed?
For tonight, yeah.
Second night.
Yeah.
Well, that was the second night already. It's only one more night before they draw again.
Yeah.
Yep.
So tonight's the night.
It has to happen. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Or else
Okay.
we just wait a few more days.
That's another 5 or 10, 5 copper or 10 copper, depending on what kind of bed you're sleeping in. If you do not have a bed to sleep in, you will have to roll fortitude.
How many people can be in one bed before they lose fortitude?
3.
Oh.
Before, so I can fit.
And does that include common beds?
Yep.
Oh, we can just order 2 common beds and just
Pile in there.
That's some savagery.
Fucking long stack of people.
An elf and halfling and a
Common
dwarf
bed.
just climb into bed together. Oh my god. Alright.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
And that's how you save money.
It is.
Always gonna
It
suggest
is.
it.
Yep.
Like
If you forsake all
seen
pride,
a dozen men. Like
pride is an expensive thing.
12.
Artemis is the only one paying for his own bed.
Yeah, of course, out of principle.
I mean, okay, so we got 11
Olm's
men.
pretty much his servant, I think.
Yeah.
11 men, 3 beds. 4 beds.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of my characters will object.
Okay.
Least of all, dog. He hasn't even spoken.
Dog. You say dog or dog?
Dog,
Okay.
the animal.
Oh, you got dog the
He's
animal.
got dogs. 4 dogs.
4 dogs in
It's
one
a
bed.
new day.
Okay.
And another night without an attack from the hound. So.
Does that mean this will be the night of the sacrifice?
Nope, tomorrow night.
But
So
tonight
you arrived.
we-
You arrived on the night of a
Right.
sacrifice.
Yeah, was the first.
Yeah.
Where should we go? Oh yeah, do the thing.
Beetle Bailey.
Oh, Beetle Bailey. Alright.
So where's the beetle going?
He's going straight to the scribe in the Grand Hall itself.
Gonna try to
You're
find
going to the Grand Hall. The first person to enter the Grand Hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
what tales may be told of its glory.
Do I worship Justicia?
You do not have a god.
Yeah,
As in,
God,
you are not sworn to one.
Wait,
As a beetle, you have.
I have a holy symbol.
You do. You're like, hey, check this out. I got all
It
these-
doesn't mean anything to
No.
It's like
Uh,
not a Justicia
So you
symbol.
could
Probably
pledge
not.
you could pledge yourself to Justicia.
What's this?
I mean, it can
Alright.
take on whatever form you want it to at this point. I'm
Okay.
okay with it. So.
Yeah, it's not important.
Okay, so the Great Hall is built from enormous timbers, thatched with golden straw, hung from the walls with the trophies of celebrating the Jarl's victories. The rampant wolf, the Jarl's symbol, adorns the hall. As you enter, you go in the morning.
Sure.
Okay. It seems that the Jarl, his thanes, and the infamous Silaroo are finishing their breakfast, all seated at the grand feasting table. There's servants, auxiliaries, all kinds, kind of running around, tending to them, and you kind of see this off in the distance because as you head into the landing, one of the thanes there just puts up his hand gently, halting you from entering further, saying, "What is your business?"
I would like to see the scribe. I wanted to get a letter written to send back home.
Sigmundson.
Yes.
I suppose that's a harmless request. Please wait here.
You should try to get him to like come out tonight for a drink. You hear the bard's got like some new stories.
Oh yeah, I'll tell him. Oh, the bard
Because
is
he's a
about
fan.
Silaroo.
Well, maybe not go that far. But
He's been telling stories about you. About you, scribe.
He says Sigmundson
it's the beast.
controls the beast.
A man in gray robes returns with the Thane. He has black hair that's beginning to silver a bit, and he wears a crop-styled haircut in the manner of a monk. No, I am not of a holy order, he says. Well, I was once, but I learned my letters, and I've been in service of the Jarl now for 11 years. I see that you need a letter drafted.
Yes, yes.
Oh, we will step into my chamber, and the Thane steps aside. You guys kind of move around from the where the feasting table is. Silaru gives you a bit of a glare, looking up from his plate, but then resumes speaking to the Jarl, who takes absolutely no notice of your presence. And once escorted to Sigmundsson's chamber, the Thane waits outside the door, just with his arms folded, and Sigmundsson sits down at his desk. You see he's got his vellum, all of the writing implements that you would expect. It appears that his I'm sure you've seen the type that Artemis has purchased. It looks very similar in terms of the hue and color of the parchment itself. And he says, now, what is the nature of this letter?
Alright, yes. I want to send it to my wife back in
You can, any name you want. Any name you want.
Slaptown, USA.
Slaptown, of course. Her name?
Yolanda.
Alright. To Yolanda.
Yolanda.
Like from Diet Word?
Just, I assume you just wish to give your sentiments that you miss her and love her.
Yes,
that is
all good.
Alright.
Excellent idea, Sigmundsson.
He writes like 4 lines and says, any special messages or just a general greeting?
Just that I've arrived safely in
Herut?
Yes.
Okay.
But there's of course, the supernatural beast. But you know what? Leave that out. She doesn't need to know about that.
Very well. Anything else?
I think that was all.
Alright. And your name, sir?
Bailey. Beetle Bailey.
Beetle Bailey. Interesting. Alright. He shows it to you. It is
Fancy letters.
It is as dictated. He rolls it into a nice little scroll. Puts just a common wax seal to bind it so that you break the seal to actually unroll it. Hands it to you and says that will be 1 silver piece.
I've got it.
Okay.
Alright.
It's for the good of the mission.
I'll pay him and I'll say,
Got this useless letter to a wife
so
you don't
all
have.
these, you spend a lot of time reading with all these letters?
You read a lot or something?
That's a great question.
Learning them books, son?
He says, well, we do have some books here, yes, and it is one of the great joys of the long and arduous task of learning one's letters. So yes, I do like to read.
I bet you've got a whole lot of stories up in that head.
Stories, not so much. Not.
I just bashed that head open. I could get to all those stories.
Some classic lines, man.
It just keeps evolving.
Jeez. All right.
We're peasants, man.
Yeah, I know. It's fantastic. Well, no, not much beyond my own life story, which is altogether not terribly interesting, but I suppose if I were to recount some of the tales from my books, yes, you are right.
So I'd be most interested to hear some of those. I'm planning on staying at the Wolf Spear.
Oh, that is the best inn in town. Certainly avoid the 3 rats if you can.
I hear there's lice there.
Oh, that's the least of your worries there, but yes, it's true.
Well, I'll be at the Wolf Spear, and I know they have an excellent bard. If you ever plan on stopping by...
Has he been there the past evening?
Yes, the last few nights I've seen him there.
Well, should the Jarl grant me leave, I will certainly make an effort to make it out tonight.
Excellent.
Well, good luck to you, Beetle, Mr. Bailey. I hope your letter is able to reach to your wife. It's a long and dangerous journey for a courier with the hound about. All right, Sigmundsson bids you good day. The Thane escorts you back to the entrance of the Great Hall. Is there anything else that you wished?
That's all.
Good day to you.
Good day.
All right. You've got your letter.
Ta-da!
You report back to the group.
Yeah, I'll report back.
Oh my god!
Okay. So then, this evening,
You just see Sigmundson looking over your shoulder from down from high as you tear it up.
No. He promptly returned to his
No,
chamber.
I'll keep this letter. For all I know, Yolanda's real.
this evening, we
She could
just
be.
keep an eye on the Great Hall. When this son of a bitch comes out, we all just surround him
Press him in.
and
Body
ask
block
him, you know, to politely come with us to the Three Rats.
The place that he's most.
And because of, you know, the
He
implication,
said he doesn't like it.
he'll come with.
You know, I don't know.
He'll
I don't
come
want to be there when that happens.
Just like you want to
You
maintain.
know,
the-
you've given him your word.
You gotta be good
Okay,
cop,
fine.
like, we
There'll
gotta
be
bring you
15
in.
of us.
Alright.
That should be good.
Should we all just
We'll just form a circle.
just press against him and lift him and walk away?
No. We want him to come politely. Unless, you know, he doesn't.
What if he screams for help for the guards and then we all get killed? I think we gotta lure him in. We gotta get him fucking wasted.
He won't. He won't, because, you know,
We gotta get him wasted.
it would be very bad for him if he were to do that.
Yeah.
Also, if he went missing, it'd also be really bad too.
And you want,
He's not gonna die.
and we want to try to convince him.
Right.
We want to get him on our
We
side.
want this to be all on the level, but, you know, we just need a show of force
I don't have.
to dissuade him from doing anything rash.
I like all the soft words that you're using
Mhm.
for this.
Mhm. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Now, if he doesn't come out tonight, we're pretty fucked.
Then we just leave town.
And we bargain with the witch.
Yeah, that's probably our best bet.
Just gonna warn you, if you leave town and try to just strike out in the wilderness,
You
You
by
just
the
die.
wolf.
it'll be
You
like
die.
we will never
a black
leave the
dragon.
funnel.
So be ready. You can't get up, escape that easy.
yet.
Don't try it.
Escape this scenario.
No,
fuck
you
this
can't
scenario.
do it. Don't you?
You can go
I've only
fight.
done 5% of it so far.
Yeah. If you want that level 1, you gotta earn it. You
Gotta
gotta
earn
achieve
level 1.
something.
Some
Yeah.
people gotta die.
Yeah.
You can't have 16 PCs.
That would be legendary, though.
Yeah.
That would be legendary. We can pull it off.
It's a
Right.
16-man campaign
Okay,
from now on.
so
We're
that's
supposed to
the
lose
plan.
one to
Right.
the swamp dogs already.
Once you across the scribe, that's probably gonna set things in motion that are gonna extend. So I'm gonna pause it for now.
Okay.
I think the bloodshed and then everything. I think it's going to be much more quick. But you guys are definitely doing a thorough exploration of.
Strangest funnel ever.
Yep, that's okay.
Yeah, it's a funnel. It's like
For 3 hours with no death.
no death,
Well,
no
we've
combat,
only been
no.
playing for like 2 hours, to be honest.
Yeah,
Or like
yeah.
2:20, maybe. It depends
Something
on
like
the carriage
that,
it
yeah.
took. Yeah, but you've been proceeding very cautiously.
We literally earn no XP.
No,
You only earn XP
Never-
from completing an encounter.
yeah.
This is true.
We've not even
None.
encountered
Other
anything.
than me trying to hit that lock. There's nothing.
Maybe we should have tried getting the stories out of that head.
Drill.
Bet you
You've been
got
trying to
lots
do
of
that.
stories in
Oh,
that head.
stories up in that head.
How about I take them?
Okay.
All right. Well, the
Yeah.
plot's will thicken.
The plot will
Keep
thicken.
There's
investigating.
no way Sean expected this to go this way.
Back down from every encounter.